You call that radio, radio. More like a TV show, TV show, TV show. On almost every night, every night, every night. It's gonna be streaming live, streaming live, streaming live. You call that radio.
As you call that radio, it's the time of year where we find out who the best poet is on the planet, and we prove it beyond doubt with science and mathematics. I'm joined, first of all, with the referee, an Ayrshire Turbouting lassie, Sammy B, aka Pixie Broon. How you doing? You're muted. I'll unmute you. No, you've muted yourself. We'll go back to Sammy in a second. We go over on Windebank. I think we can go speak to him.
Hey.
Martin is here. Martin is here. We've got last year's winner of the, you call that radio poetry slam, Kamihamiha.
Sam Chavez.
Sammy, as you unmuted yourself. And we have we've got our sacrificial poet, Gordon Powrie, in the house as well. How's it going, Gordon Powrie?
It's going pretty well. Just about to switch my mic on.
Brilliant. We're waiting on our Judge Jim Monaghan, but we've got some things we can do in the meantime. We're going to spin the wheel. So basically, Martin, could you explain what's going to happen here? What is a poetry slam, first of all?
This poetry slam's been going for a few years now. I think it was inspired by the original lockdown. Something to do, wasn't it? It's good. And now it's just grown into this huge international event that we have every year, which is unbelievable. You know, we're all here now having this great time, and it's all celebrating poetry. You know, and everyone's going to get their chance tonight to shine.
It is international. Speaking of international, we've got all the way from Fife, Kamihamiha.
What's happening?
You won it last year. What I'm sure was a life-changing event, and from that you went on to perform at the Scottish Slam Championships. How did that go?
It was largely a big mistake because I had to go endure more poetry. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. I met lots of interesting people and accidentally ended up in a gay bar later, which I was mostly just disappointed at the music, to be honest. But this should be all right. This should be good.
Brilliant. And that's just a reminder, the winner will go to the Scottish Slam Championships, which is at the Tron Theatre, which is very fancy. It's the Tron Theatre. One of the ones. Gordon Powrie, who is also a former slam champion, won many slams and actually represented Scotland. And could you tell us about slam poetry? What's going on with slam poetry?
Slam poetry is brilliant. So we've got the Scottish Slam Championships coming up in February, and already the winners all over the country. Off the back of the catapult to my career, being the You Call That Radio Poet of the Year. Scottish Championships and fancy venues, and then I managed to go to Paris this year. I was in Paris for the World Cup, and then I was in Slovakia for the European Championships, and I'm going to be in Mexico later this year for the World Championships. So anything can happen tonight.
Anything can happen. Mexico, wow. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was in Mexico. Did I mention that? I went to Mexico. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we've got proof of it. And we've got 9 fantastic poets here tonight. We've got Callum Ray, Graham Doherty, Doc the Jock. We've got Lindsay McGhie, we've got Mark Richardson, we've got Natalie Jane Clark, we've got Rana Marathon, Rebecca Radical, Shelltoe Mel, and Suzy as well. So it's a lot of great poets in the house tonight. We've got Ray and Sue watching on. We've got Stacey watching. Natalie Jane, it's good looking at fun, going to be a riot. And Raven Pagans are tuned in as well. A good up and coming Ayrshire band, so I'm told. So, what we'll do just now is we're going to spin the Wheel of Fortune. Nobody knows who's going on first yet. We'll spin the Wheel of Fortune, and then we're going to get Gordon Powrie, who's a former Slam winner of You Call That Radio's Poet of the Year, and we're going to get him to do a poem, and we're going to show every other poet how it works. So basically, somebody does a poem, and the three judges give feedback with a score out of 10 based on maths and science. And let's spin the wheel. Let's just spin the wheel and see. We're going to do the first three. So let's spin it. Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, no one knows. Oh, it's Mark. It's Mark the Shark Richardson. Hello, Mark. First name at the hat.
No pressure.
We'll calm down. You've got a wee minute to prepare yourself. You've got a minute. We're going to start with a poem from Gordon first.
I hate to write it first. I've still got to write it.
You've got 3 minutes to write it.
So right, finished.
Okay, so we're going to do this. So Mark Richardson's first at the hat. Suzy Berry. Suzy Berry is also it's number 2. So Suzy, click the link and join us, please. And we've got one more poet to pick out the hat just now. The Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Destiny, and it's Natalie Jane Clark, which is brilliant. It's really good that all 3 poets that came out are actually already have registered and said here. They turned up for registration. So we've got, hold on. So we're ready to go. We're just about ready to go, I think. We've got Suzy here. I can see Suzy is back. Okay. Natalie is here. Hello, Natalie. How you doing?
Hello, I am good, thank you. Very well.
We have Suzy. Hello, Suzy.
Hey.
The first 3 names out the hat. And but we're going to start with a poem from Gordon. We're 1 judge down just now, so I will be the judge of that. I'm just going to phone Jim quickly to see what's happening. I don't know, see if he's got a technical issue. We've got comments coming from Dan. Hello, evening for Galloway. I will be in Dumfries and Galloway at the same time. Hello, Jim. Hello. You know that you're live on the Poetry Slam. Where the fuck are you?
Oh shit! Sorry, mate. I'll call you straight back. I'll join in right now. Sorry.
All right. No worries. All right, it's cool. It's fine. I was worried there, but it seems like he just forgot about us, which is fine. A wee bit hurtful, but it's fine. I'm sure he's got something important on. So, Gordon will be our sacrificial poet. This just gives the other poets a chance to see what the lineup, what it's like tonight. I know there's a mixture of people. We've got some very experienced poets here, and we've got some new poets. Sammy B, just while we're waiting on Jim, could you just tell us a little bit about your experiences with slam poetry? You call that radio slam poetry, and obviously it's Rabbie Burns season as well, and you're a Rabbie Burns lassie.
Sorry, I needed to unmute myself there. Hiya everybody. You call that radio slam poetry mix are absolutely wonderful. They're amazing. They're awfully bra. So stay tuned because you're in for a top treat the next with all these amazing poets from all over the country. I've been doing the scores and the doors, a few of them, and I'm always blown away by the poets, the calibre, the talent that's on here, and it'll be the same the next. I mean, look at the folk you've got on. You know what I mean? It's amazing, and that is fun season. And I'm at Boughton lassie, and I'm performing at Burns Cottage on Burns Night again this year. I think I might be in the Guinness Book of Records now, Mark. I don't ken. I need to find out. For a woman to be at Burns Cottage on Burns Night doing Burns poetry. It's about 2020 I started, so And you want me to count it like 21, 22, 23, 24, 5 years in a row. Ooh. But no, poetry is lovely. Love it.
First plug of the night comes from Sammy B. In a play at the Wee Studio at the Gaiety Theatre, Burns Women Air, Tuesday 11th of February, 12:30 and 6:30. It's in the comments. We are ready to go for our first sacrificial poet because I believe that the judge is late, but he's here. Jim Monaghan's in the house. Hello, Jim. Can I hear you? No sound. The fun and games of having 14 people on a live television show, honestly. Right. Jim. Okay, we're gonna do a poem from Gordon, and if I have to, I'll phone Jim for his feedback. But we're gonna just get the show started. Former Slam champion, Scottish champion. He's been to Paris, he's been to Slovakia, and he's gone to Mexico. Welcome to the stage, our sacrificial poet, Gordon Powrie.
Evening. Is it rude to say that I kind of prefer Jim a wee bit that way? Well, just because he gave me a 5 once, not at all.
Yeah, he's not the highest scoring judge out there, but
no, you got to be branded to fire with Jim Monaghan if you go anywhere in this game. That's the truth, by the way, for any poets here tonight. So this is so I'm going to do a poem for you. So this is one that I did. I did this one as the opener to the French National Championships. They invited me along to be their sacrificial poet, the calibration as they call it, and also did this one in the first round in Slovakia. It's called Dexter. This is not a poem for the parents of teenagers experiencing an unexpected surge in protection of surges when their little baby starts dating. No, this is a poem about cats. Doing my bit, the back door is a jungle. A wild habitat brimming with all manner of species living peacefully and humble under my benign malfeasance, even the foxes and rats. But just one species consistently peeves me, the cats. And when I first moved in, the undisputed alpha cat at the back door was this great big black and white grizzled Tom. One big mean eye, slit green, peering, keen and evil, the other gone, shut, clawed up, the absolute epitome of tough cat top trumps. But then one day, I hear a kerfuffle, a struggle, a rumble in the jungle. There's a new cat on the block. Dexter. Everything that follows is true, by the way. I'm not just making this up as some weird alibi because I'm too insecure to talk about the challenges of inherited patriarchal ideals. Hardly. It's about cats. Anyway. Neither one of these cats is going to back down, so it becomes the big showdown. They both throw down, turning, whirling, shrieking, piercing, fur flying, sinking their teeth in him, and he's beaten. The grizzled Tommy turns to run, staggers limps, admits he's done. I never saw him again after he went through the hole in the fence. But Dexter, well, that's a whole other set of events. Cleopatra, our beloved house cat, is my feline ward, under my protection and guidance. But as all wards do, they wander. And even though I keep on trying to keep her away, she keeps on ending up staring out the back window. And then one day, there's my Cleopatra, pressed against the back window pane. And there's Dexter, outside, balanced on the ledge precariously, with itty-bitty kitty bits, grazing my double glazing suggestively. So I says, "Get away from there, you wee bam." But there was no response for the boy other than give me a Patra an extra flex of his kitty pecs, and I'm like, what is this? Dexy's Midnight Express. I've had enough. I'm at the house down the stairs at the back door, and I go chimp mode, chasing Dexter through the undergrowth, bellowing guttural roars, and from that day forth, I've been on patrol, the new alpha cat on the prowl, warning wanderers with grunts, growls, the occasional showers, and people say, "Powers, are you sure you haven't went too far?" And I say, "No. If I see that Dexter again, I'm going to boot his wee kitty boz." At least that was until this epilogue. See, sometime later, wee Dexter's owners apparently done got up and gone, which at least kept my Cleopatra safe for that Widows once, and I thought, but truth be told, he had a bold character and a cheeky wee face, and my wife points out maybe this means that your wee baby is in fact entitled to her own good taste, but that might suggest that all that time that I've spent patrolling the back door chasing cats was somewhat of a waste, so, let's not get carried away. Just a poem about cats, innit? Sake.
Gordon Powrie. Unmute, judges, unmute yourselves, unmute yourselves. That was fantastic from Gordon Powrie. And we're going to go to the judges. We've got Jim. He's away now. So let's just start with Martin Windebank.
How you doing? That was again epic. You know, great use of language, sort of mechanics in terms of the sort of poetic, structure. Always and the imagery again. You know, even like Cleopatra's, relation to cats in ancient Egypt. Coming to the forefront. I liked the idea, the concept of like the kind of the nurture and the protection aspect. You know, it's not just potentially children. That's how you started out. It's, people see that their pets. Children. Want to protect your cats. I do like a poem about cats. I wrote a poem about cats once years ago. And I'm a great appreciator of the genre. The cats that I wrote about were levitating. I saw it happened. I mean, people might not believe me, but I've seen levitating cats, man. So I'd give that a strong score. Absolutely, love it.
Well, but you need to. Strong's not enough. We need to know out of 10 what it would be.
Oh, that'd be a 10.
It's a 10. Okay, we're starting off with a 10 from Martin Windebank. Let's go to our next judge. It's Kamihamiha, last year's, you call it Radio Poet of the Year winner, who has muted himself. You've muted yourself.
I never muted myself, but I was muted, right? I'm confused though. I thought God was like the sacrificial poet. I thought we were gonna go like put him in a pentagram and like shag a goat and that. But that. And also like I know I'm in the position to judge people now because I won the last one, but he beat me. So why am I judging Gordon? Gordon's better than me. I can't judge Gordon. He's a good poet. He's one of the right ones. Like that. It's fucking a strong like fucking. Am I actually judging that? Is he in the competition?
You're actually judging it, aye. You're meant to be judging it.
I didn't care he was in the competition as well. That's like
no, he's not in the competition. He's sacrificial poet, but we're just showing other people, including yourself. This is a practice run, basically.
All right.
So we're just pretending that he's in the competition.
Right. Okay. Right.
So it doesn't really matter how well he does.
You got fucking 17 then. 17.
17. Okay.
He tells us that they start with too high a ranking than that. Then he get like mess up the scale that, and then he gives us like the guy that's gone to the like abroad, the abroad finals. I didn't go abroad. I didn't win any abroad finals. I won this one. I didn't get to judge that. I'm not qualified.
Well, someone who probably is qualified is Jim Monaghan. Has Jim Monaghan got audio? Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorted now.
Yes. Welcome, Jim.
My cat had been walking over my keyboard and pressed all these buttons, and I had to sort of work it out. I had to get in the sort of cat mind mode to work out what got wrong,
Well, we're actually going to have to use our the show's lip reader, Ali Grant, who.
Oh wow, that'd be good.
We'd actually hired a lip reader. Ali Grant had said just did a bit of lip reading. Jim saying I'll give it a 5.
What was it? What have I missed? Did I miss Gordon's poem for the sacrificial?
It was about the cat. I thought that's why you were making the cat joke.
I was going to give Gordon 4 anyway, so that was.
Hold on.
You don't. I mean, we need to bring him back down to earth now. He's been fucking flying all over the place. You know what I mean? I think him and Angie Strachan need a reality check. You know what I mean? So 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sammy B, the scores in the door. Sammy B's a referee for tonight. So you're going to need to change. What did you say? 17? Like, can we just? That's a 10. We can't go above 10. By the way, I'm on 0% beer, by the way, for anybody saying he's fucked his dry January. 0%.
31 for Gordon.
What?
31.
He can't get 31.
He can 17 plus
No,
10 plus
for
4.
fuck's sake.
Oh my God.
31,
We do
Matt.
this so there's no mistakes. So let's just get this. Let's just clarify here. If whatever Cammy says, if he says 17, it's a 10. There is no 17. It's like I always give 150%.
17 plus 10 plus 4 equals 31.
24. It's 24, Mark.
It's 30. Anyway,
It's 10 plus 10 plus 4.
honestly, I'm on the fucking mood. I've been at the. I've had a blood taken today. I've had blood
Gordon's going to
taken.
win anyway.
I'm on 0% beer. I'm just not in the mood for your piss. Normally, I just get drunk and just laugh along with you. But there's going to be new rules in this house. Right, okay, so Gordon Powrie, round of applause for Gordon. And did I know you used to have a button for that? I used to have a button for that. I'll get a round of applause button sorted for the next poet, I think, because it should be a button, a round of applause button. I'll find that. Gordon, before you go, have you got? Please tell us what you've got coming up, and anything to promote, and also any advice for the poets tonight.
Yeah, sure. Just coming up, so there'll be lots of slams coming up. Big main one is we want to be judging in the Scottish finals in February, so make sure you're checking out Slam Poetry Scotland and following along. Tickets go really quick, and it's a fantastic live event, so get yourself along to it. One of my good friend that I've made, while jet setting around the world, is a guy called Sven Steerson, who's the English champion, and he's going to be coming over as well, and sort of checking out what we're doing. So let's get the best of quality out there. In terms of the poets tonight, it's you got to go big. You got to go big. Slam poetry, slam's about sort of being there and in your face and sort of grabbing you by the throat and going, "Here, check these words out." So subtlety can be really nice, but don't be afraid to go big.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Gordon Powrie, one of the famous rock and roll jet setting poets, former You Call That Radio champion, and been to Paris, been to Slovakia, and on his way to Mexico. And that just shows you that poetry, anything can happen if you're doing a slam poetry competition. Thank you, Gordon. Good point to be made before we get our first poet on is when I ring the bell, that means that you've went over 3 minutes. Okay. It will be up to the judges to decide whether they deduct points or not. Some are more strict than others. I think the general vibe is that if don't worry about going over a little bit, especially if it makes the poem make sense. You know what I mean? But just don't. It's just basically a rule to stop poets like myself who sometimes go on a bit. So we're ready for our first of the night. Hold on, let me just see if I can. Yeah, that's better. We're a wee bit small there. That's me. I like it. Okay, first poet is all the way from Dundee. Legendary urban street poet, Dundonian, seagull, Jason, Mark Richardson. Mark, welcome to the show. You have 3 minutes, starting from now.
This poem is called. This poem is originally called New Year, Save Me. No, it was originally called New Year, New Me. Now it's New Year, Save Me. Here we go. 2025 is going to be my year. I can just feel it. I'm going to crack it. Crack fucking what exactly? The only thing that's going to crack is my fragile, fucked up mind. I stare blankly into the abyss of my tortured, fucked up soul. Searching for answers as I find myself in another black hole. Unachieved goals leave me seething in my own fucking incompetence. Man, I thought I'd be on a roll. I didn't mean like a roll, I just mean a roll. Lying staring at the ceiling. Reeling, what a feeling that's not really bad, but it's not really good. It's like a blanket's come down, covered, smothered my mood, left us feeling misunderstood in a world full of achievers. I was being a strong believer, you make your own world spin. Social media paints a very nice picture hiding fucked up thoughts within, combined with a worldly grin. Got people fooled, now the rot set in. I can feel it edging closer to my peace of mind, a place that was safe, now it's littered with debris of a malicious kind. Self-doubt is the killer of achievement, like the bereavement of one of my kin. Something that's nasty needs stamped out. So yeah, 2025, let's kick this fucker in. But scattered dreams picked apart at the seams. Something that seems so possible is now deemed mission impossible. My subconscious mind unravels, travels, find myself pacing back and forth, thoughts racing at 100 mile an hour. Something so sweet turned sour. A stagnant pool of water was once so fresh. I guess I'm like the worst enemy of myself. Always say I'll get my shit in order, but man, I border on self-destruct. Can't I be fucked? Scared of what my future will hold. Try to live in the present, but the truth be told, I'm drawn back to the past. My memory holds vast memory so cold as my thoughts unfold onto paper. Ah man, what the fuck am I worrying about? Plenty of time. Sort all this shit out later. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Round of applause on mute, the judges. Round of applause for Mark Richardson. And we can go to the judges, and we'll start with Martin Windebank once again.
I loved that. It was class. I loved the way he presented it, the energy. You know, it was like it really showed. You know, it's putting a case forward for that exact thing. I think the honesty of it and the kind of like fitting in the times. You know, I really like all that kind of thing, and also just that kind of, I don't know, this sort of psychedelic thought of, but sort of the way it was sort of contained within a sort of realistic sort of concepts. Yeah, concepts like it was like a story as well, you know. Like, and you could just follow it. It's very clear. The poetry, you know, it was just running. I was along for the ride, and I appreciated it because you know, I think a lot of people probably feel the same way to a great extent at the moment and can you know, align with that what he was saying. So you know, that's the power of it. It's a strong message. So good on you. So for Mark, I would. Do you want a score?
Yes, we need the score. That's why we're here. That's why you're on the screen.
I mean, I'm quite high. You know, I wanted a high score for that. I liked it, so I'll go 8.5.
Very good.
8.5 is a high score indeed. Yeah. And then we'll go to Kamihamiha.
Right. I didn't know where the numerical metric of poetry exists from 0 to 10 because I don't like most of it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment on Mark's thing. I love Mark's stuff. It's very honest. It's very obviously Mark. There's no pretension in it. There's no trying to do a thing that's not just what he wanted to do. And I love that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this one a 7. And then if someone else is like if he's really good, then someone else is a 3. And that's how I'll deal with that one. So we'll go at a 7.
It's a 7 from Gami. And can we go to Jim Monaghan?
Yeah, that was really good, Mark. I love the rhymes. And I was unfair in Mark in a previous slam because Mark's first language is Dundonian. So I had no fucking idea what he was talking about, but that was a bit more clear. There was more English in it. Great rhymes throughout. Although rhyming possible with impossible, I think you maybe lose half a mark for that one. But I'll give it 6.5, I think.
It's a 6.5. Jimmy's
6.5.
Whoa!
Good subject matter as well for this time of year. I think we all need a New Year resolution type poem, you know.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
6.5. So, Sammy, while you're doing that, remember you're watching this live on Facebook or Twitch. You're better off joining us on YouTube. The sound quality and the picture quality is better on YouTube. So get on there if you can. But I can read all your comments, so please would like feedback from everybody tuned in. We've got, as always, fantastic, says Lindsay. Good stuff, says Stuart. And Stacey says, great, Mark, relatable as fuck, felt it, no messing. And what's the final score, Sammy? Sorry, Sammy, that was my fault. I muted you. Sorry, what was the final score, Sammy?
I need to unmute myself. It's a big 22.
22.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Hold on a second, Mark. Don't go anywhere just now. 6.5 from Jim. I'll give that a 5 more. And it is a very high score from Jim.
One of my highest.
And a round of applause from Jigsaw Tiger as well. Mark, have you got anything you would like to promote as well?
Well, in Dundee in the Bank Bar on the 30th of January, I'm playing an alternative Burns night. It's called Robbie Turns, the Unpredictable Poet, and it's in the Bank Bar. And that's what it is. I'm doing like a 20-minute slot, 30 minutes, and going to hit an open mic, and basically just a fucking mad night. It's no running order. It's just one of my nights. It's a bit like me, a bit unhinged. So there we go. That's it. 7:30. Yeah.
Well, it's a great score to start off. So I'm sure we'll see you back later on, but we don't know. But if
okay.
not, have a good Burns night, man. Mark Richardson, legend. Thank you very much. So it's time for our second poet. Who was second again? Was it Natalie or was it Suzy? Do you remember the order?
Oh, it's Suzy.
It's Suzy. Brilliant. Okay, welcome to the stage, Suzy. I think Suzy, this is your first ever slam competition. You're muted.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I muted you. Yes. Well, welcome to Slam Poetry. You have 3 minutes starting from. Take it away.
Okay, this one is called Authenticity. The most recent one that I've written. So, like an uncrackable Rubik's Cube, I can't get into the sides of my personality to align. Like the standby lubricant tube, bits of me sit by in the background just in case everything's not fine. How can you be authentic if you don't know which bits are really you? Which beliefs do you really hold that you can't be washed away by morning dew? When you say, I try to be in alignment with my core values, how do you know which ones to choose? What about the ones that you outgrew? How do you know what to pursue? I value honesty, but I'm scared of rejection if someone sees the real me. I value quality time, but wherever I am, I'm in the past and I'm not fine. I value kinesiology, but I self-sabotage like a chaos-consuming prodigy. I value truth, but I see it differs with subjective realities from youth. I value loyalty, but appreciate everyone has the right to be free. I value good work ethics, but the lack of following my own has me in a fix. These debates have me split, slicing personalities that were once knit. There's a good girl that wants to be successful and make her parents proud. There's a needy girl that just wants to be accepted by the crowd. There's a scared child that just doesn't want to rock the boat. There's an exhausted part that just wants to float. There's a homeless witch child who misses mandala making. There's a teacher of peace getting molded with boots quaking. There's a dirty slut waiting to be scolded. There's a girl offering her heart, asking you to hold it. All of the pieces see the world differently, so it's hard to know which world I really see. So I turned to a sage for guidance, and she replied with great significance. She says, I'm living in 3 different realities, but those are only the 3 realities that she sees. I slip in and out of reality momentarily. I don't want to stay in this one where I'm not successful, so I soothe the part of me that feels most stressful. I make a poem or a song, but the words come out all wrong, because I'm not really a poet, and my lower self knows it. It's just something I do to process, a way to see myself out of this mess. But it really helps when I'm in distress to put something on paper, something of subjective value to its maker. It starts to give me self-validation, growing a whole self together back into creation. It helps me see I can be someone new. I rise and wash my face in morning dew. Thank you.
Mark.
Unmute yourself, Mark.
Mark, you're muted.
Unmuted everybody else apart from myself. Yeah, well done, Suzy. Welcome. First ever slam poem, Martin Windebank. What you got to say about it?
Yeah, I really like the honesty and the self-reflection aspect and what you're kind of offered out there. I know that you're possibly not like, you haven't done a lot of poetry live or anything like that, and I can see you kind of maybe reading from something that you've written recently, but I think it's because it's so honest and from the heart that kind of gives it a bit extra, you know, than I wouldn't criticize that, because I feel like, you know, it's really a true thing, because like, yeah, and also like the reflective aspect on like actually writing in what writing the poetry does for you, And I'm a great believer in that. If you just writing all your thoughts down, it can really help. It can clear your mind. It's the power of poetry. It's the power of writing. And it was nice to just hear that in something in that way. And also the fact that you just sort of about the different dimensions and the sort of the different realities that this person kind of perceives of you, but then you perceive potentially even more than other people can see. So yeah, it was deep, and I liked it. So thank you. For that, I'll give you. I'm sorry to have to give numbers to these things, and I would say 7.5 from me. Thanks.
7.5 from Martin Windebank. Let's go to Kamihamiha.
Okay, so there's one bit that stuck out of me that's not of consequence whatsoever. But you say drawing mandalas, but it's Mandelas. You're thinking of Nelson Mandela, that the Mandela effect is named after. His name's always been Mandela, and it's Mandela that you've been drawing. You're thinking that guy that
Mandela's like this one. I did this one a few years ago.
Yeah, the Mandela, right? The guy that went to jail in South Asia, right? Yeah. Right, it's a common mistake that people make, right? Other than that, what I liked about that poem, it was very vulnerable. It was very honest. Again, there was a couple of phrases, I can't remember what they were, the rhymes that were, I would say, were the equivalent of the lyrical miracle thing in hip hop, where I've heard that rhymed a million times before, and it didn't. It kind of knocked me off the flow of the vulnerability and the niceness of it, which it's not a bad thing, but in a fucking competition it is. So sorry if I sound like a dick, but I'm not trying to be. I'll give that 6.5.
A 6.5, still a good score. And Jim,
I like the idea of poetry as a sort of force for reflection and all that kind of stuff, and it's a really important thing that poetry's used for. Like the theme of it, I did like the poem, bit hippie-ish for me. You know what I mean? If you see washing your face in the morning dew and all that, don't do it, man. Wash your face in the sink, because the morning dew's got like the fox pish and all that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of would, you know what I mean? So I'll get a 5.
Usual for you again, then, Jim.
back to old tricks, and we've got some comments coming in. We got Stuart says that was beautiful. Wow, Suzy, greeting magic, says Stacey. Love the honesty of it, says Lindsay. And Rain Sue says, wow, that was a totally thought-provoking poem. And Sammy B says, offie, bro. Shelltoe Mel saying, let me in. Just click the link that I've sent you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's all right, Mel. You're not on yet anyway. You're not on yet. It's not. But what's the final scores in the door, Sammy B?
It's 19.
It's 19. Well done.
Well done, Suzy. That was brilliant.
Suzy, have you got anything that you'd like to plug? I know that you're always busy. You've got loads of things on the go. Have you got anything you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, so I've been running my massage business for a while, but I've just started working in a place called Energize over in Cambuslang. So if anybody wants to come and see me, then I'm working now in Pollock and in Paisley and in Cambuslang. So yeah.
Can you tell us about what Energize is for people that don't know you?
So my business is called Serene Senses, and it's massage and holistic therapies, and I'm working in a place called Energize, which is a new little kind of salon shop over in Cambuslang. So yeah, I'd be happy to see everybody in a new salon that I'm working in soon.
Brilliant stuff.
Good luck with that in Cambuslang.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Suzy, and we might see you in a little bit, because if the top 5 poets are going to go into the second round, and or maybe top 4 poets, depending on if I think Rebecca Radical's still not turned up for registration. So if anybody could shout Rebecca Radical, she's due. She might be due on soon. Shelltoe Mel is here. She was late. She was working, so it was good that she wasn't announced first. But don't worry, Mel. I'll sort you out with the StreamYard link. You should be able to just click the StreamYard link that I sent you, though. It's the easiest way. But it's time for a third poet who's got a debut novel out in May. It's Natalie Jane Clark. How are you doing, Natalie? Sorry, you're muted. You're muted.
Of course. I was saying I'm very well, and I'm also happy that I didn't have to travel in this weather. This is very nice to be able to be in my own room to do
Yes,
this.
because of course you did play this. Was it Sound Speakeasy one? So that was 2022, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. No, 2023 we did it in the Sound Barn,
Yeah.
which was good crack. It was good
Yeah,
crack.
a
but
lot
it's
of
not
fun.
It's not the weather for it.
But it was also very icy. Yeah.
It was very icy. It was a very cold night. But okay, Natalie, take it away.
Okay. I was born a surprise, a gift discovered already. I was born to two people who had planned a child-free life together. I was born to John Major and the Conservatives and his vision for a classless future with Maggie Thatcher on the edge, egging him on. I was born, and the recession is ending. The findings show that manufacturers are now more optimistic than at any other time in the past 3 years. The smallest monthly rise in unemployment is the unmistakable sign the recession is finally coming to a close. I was born, and a law from 1736 regarding spousal rape is officially overturned. I was born, and PC World promises a dazzling technological futures just round the corner. I was born, and Asda and Tesco defy trading laws. I was born, and Robert Maxwell has wrongly removed £350 million from his company's pension pot.
Oh.
I was born, and there is stunning new education reform that will solve the declining reading rates and make us world leaders in literacy again. And girls can now join the Scouts, and Kevin Costner is king. And everything I do it for you. And I was born with a sense of justice and parents who weren't brought up nicely but tried their best. And reports of Tories' Kremlin connections abound, and plans are unveiled for another Heathrow terminal. And there are riots in Bristol, and a man kills a woman in a park in broad daylight. And there are riots in Blackburn, Burnley and Huddersfield, and Great Britain wins 5 gold medals at the Olympics, and riots in London, and protests in London, and the Queen calls the year Annus Horribilis after the various scandals damaging the image of the royal family. And I was born over 30 fucking years ago, and apart from Kevin Costner, I don't know what has changed. Thank you.
Fantastic, Natalie Jane Clark. I'll unmute all the judges here so you can hear. Keep the applause going. Brilliant stuff. Okay, Martin Windebank, what you got to say about it?
I mean, you know, I remember a lot of stuff you were talking about there. So, but you know, obviously I remember it because you just said it, but I don't remember it because I remember it. You know, I suppose that's the power they've got with all that stuff. It's just like they just expect people to forget, and like the more intake that you have of it, the harder it is to remember. So, having a sort of poem here as a recap and a historical document is kind of, I find that as, you know, useful and important. So people to be able to remember this kind of thing it's important, and the reflection of how it ties in with now, and like you say, has anything changed really since then? And you're probably right, it probably hasn't really, you know, and they're still getting away with all that stuff, you know. So it's good to have that, and that's powerful. I find that's great. I'm just trying to think, like, even just the details of it and the characters that you kind of the voices. I think that kind of like empowered certain elements of it, like, you know, the sort of newscaster voice, or, you know, it's that kind of patronizing way that they just state these things, and then they still do it now, you know. So you know, I enjoyed it and appreciated the work, obviously the poetry and the singing as well. You know, the big tune, everyone knows it. You know, Kevin Costner was the king.
Yeah, 16 weeks. That was.
Yeah. You know, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It was big. You know, so as a score for you, let's see, go for an 8.
It's an 8. Big score from Martin Windebank. There's some nice comments coming in. Leave your comments and we'll read them out as well after we hear from our other two judges. Kamihamiha, take it away.
I'm in a position with this one where I think I'm responding to the way that, I don't know, middle class people must do when they listen to like street rap, right? That the cadence in poetry, that and this, I think it took away from the message. The message was great. It was a bit of a fucking history lesson, but that's fine. It's allowed to do that. Poet voice was the only annoying bit. The rest of that was really good. I like that. That's an 8. I'll give that an 8.
It's an 8. It's the Cabbie's high score of the night so far, and we'll go to Jim Monaghan.
I'm not sure it was poetry voice, Cammy. If it was, I'd begin at a 2. But it was. I think it's really good, Natalie. I think it's important. It's important to see. There's a lot of this stuff right now in politics where people go, "Oh, this is this and this is terrible," and all that. And it's important to realise that, you know, none of this is new. I was talking to somebody the other day about that cancel culture, and I said the only thing new about cancel culture is calling it cancel culture. It's always been there. And also, I loved the bit that you brought up about the Queen's anus horribilis, which I thought was Latin for badass. But there you go. I'll give it 6.
It's a 6. It's a 6, a very high score for Jim Monaghan. And Natalie Jane Clark's debut novel is available to pre-order out May the 1st. And I've put the links in the comments. Stacey says, class Natalie, cool. Mira says, that was incredible. What a powerful reflection. Doc the Jock says, beautifully said. Stuart said it was good. Right, in that way, apart from the book, if you get anything else, or do you want to tell us a little bit about the book actually, and anything else you've got coming up?
Yeah, well, basically, I'm just writing. That's mostly what I'm doing. But yeah, so the book's out in May from Berlin. I'm going to be doing a few events in, you know, different places: Glasgow, Edinburgh, Perth, Paisley. I'll be Paisley Book Festival, things like that. So that's the main thing, is that I'll be out and about. But yeah, the book is crime. Loosely crime. There's murder and dead bodies and things. So essentially, 2 women have bought a dilapidated whiskey distillery in Campbelltown, and unfortunately, there are 2 dead bodies that have been in barrels for 50 years. But they decide to hide the bodies because they're up to their eyeballs in debt, and kind of hilarity / darkness ensues. So. Yeah, a lot of whiskey stuff in there as well.
Brilliant stuff. Well, an absolutely phenomenal poem. I loved that. Well done, Natalie, and we'll probably see you back because that's a high score. So we'll probably all see you for the next round, but we don't know yet because we've still got a whole bunch of more poets. And we need to do the Wheel of Fortune. Martin Windebanks fell away. He's back. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I'm going to remove.
You want the score?
Yeah, sorry, of course. Keep me right. What's the scare and the dare?
The scores and the doors are for round 1. Natalie just scored 22. 2 Little Ducks 22, sweetheart. Mark scored 22, and Suzy scored 19. So it's a draw. I mean, that's
What was Suzy's score? You broke up again. What was Suzy's score?
19, and then 2 22s.
Wow. Okay. Well, it might be
high scoring, mate. High scoring in that.
We might actually have, in that if we don't get, we might need to ask the audience if it continues to have 22s. 19, 22. It's close. It's going to be a close one. So many good poets. It is going to be close. It's neck and neck tonight. It's time to spin the Wheel of Fortune again. If you just give us a second for that. While we're doing that, Cami, who's went straight from how can I judge poets to actually becoming quite rude at times. Cami, you give us one of your poems if you're so fucking good. And while I get the scores, while I get the Wheel of Fortune ready.
Can I just say, I didn't think I was being rude. I thought I was saying what I thought. Well, I'm sorry if that upsets people.
No,
That's what happens inside my own brain, and I have to deal with. So if I'm being nice to people, I'm doing you a fucking favour, right? I'll do a tune called Downstairs a Smoking Loads of Crack. Downstairs a smoking loads of crack. If the police ask, I'll say I'm no a grass. Downstairs a smoking loads of crack. You could see it from the bedroom window. Smoke was not so distant. Either a tragic accident or someone's going to prison. There is no time to socks your shoes because you don't want to miss this. But nobody did nothing to call you as a witness. I was down the stairs in seconds. The open probe of a senseless act. Police are stood with a pad and a pen. A car is ablaze. The rest is blank. No, I'm not a betting man. I'll go all in on betting crack. It's getting worse all the time. Under cover of the night is an eruption of crime. But on this one occasion, it was daylit in the public eye. Maybe it was aimed or just the playful tricks of gutter snipes. I'll take the gist. Much obliged. Clock the screaming banshee of a Jakey type of schemy hag. Jake it like a sleeping bag. She screams, I seen him do it. There's who set that car on fire. Well, this sleuth plans to retire because you're a grass or a liar. Well, downstairs are smoking loads of crack. Downstairs are smoking loads of crack. If the police ask, I'll say I'm no a grass, but downstairs are smoking loads of crack. Now, doomsday is due approaching fast. The next afternoon, a Tuesday that is surely going bad in Last Chance Saloon. I'd ceased investigations because some dots don't need connecting, but screaming coming constant from the street caught my attention. A gang of shirtless men holding weapons or sweating as they bawl at the offender that they're going to punt his head in. First go in the windows, every single one is getting smashed. No, I'm not a betting man, I'll go all in on betting crack. I grab a chair and cafe chair. Sad to say the man upstairs could only stand and stare as a game of chicken escalates to gladiator crack behaviour, sadly round the gout, and that's not far from standard fare. I never saw an ambulance, never saw a police car, never got some answers, so we'll call it close, but no cigar and au revoir. I know I don't know the half, but can't ignore the fact that downstairs are smoking loads of crack. Downstairs are smoking loads of crack. Downstairs are smoking loads of crack. If the police ask, I'm saying I'm no a grass, but downstairs are smoking loads of crack. And I should probably write a third verse about like the social, political, economic factors that all we did to why someone might choose a drug-dependent lifestyle and all the rest of it. But downstairs are smoking loads of crack. That's it, that's all. Cheers.
Brilliant stuff. Downstairs smoking loads of crack. Jim Moran, your camera's gone. You're
I'll tell him that much.
Oh, he's back.
There we go.
Jim is with us. Okay, brilliant stuff. Is that going to be on a release? Right.
I've not made the beat yet. It needs to not sound like a nursery rhyme when I do it.
It's a classic in waiting. It's a 10 from Martin. It's a 5 from Jim. Let's give it a spin to see who our next three poets are. So I need our next three poets to click. So we've got Rana Marathon. I'm going to kick out all the poets that were in that played a minute ago, but stay tuned because you might be in the. I'm just going to kick you to the studio to make room for the next three poets. So that Mark, Natalie, and Suzy. I'm just kicking you out just now with love. I'm sure you may be back, but we've got Smashing Cami, says Gordon. Lindsay McGhie, round of applause. Like that, you were outstanding in the Meadows this year, mate, says Stuart. Love Cami, says Stacey. Proper entertaining, yes.
Thanks.
So, some nice feedback from the audience. Rana Marathon is in the house nearly. We'll spin it again, so I can't see your camera, Rana, but I can see that you are backstage. So we'll spin it again. It's Rana Marathon is next, and then it's going to be it's Doc the Jock, who I think is already here. So Mark, your volume's half the volume of everyone else's. 1, 2, is that better? Okay, so let's go for one more. So Doc the Jock is next. So it's Rana Marathon, Doc the Jock, and who is the third one of this part? It's Shelltoe Mel.
Let her in.
Let her in. Where is she? I sent her the link, but she's not clicked it yet. Rana Marathon is in the house though, so we can move on just now with so stop that screen. Rana Marathon, who an amazing poet who does poetry nights herself. Please take it away, Rana.
Hello. So this is called Leave the Politics to the Rats. I'm sick of poetics talking politics. This ain't the Roman era. Caesar's dead and the Senate's still spinning lies, but I didn't care about policies. I want poetry to be raw and reckless, to grab me by the throat, pull me into the sticky aftermath of a Friday night gone too far. Tell me about your bad date, when you shat in his cat litter tray because you didn't want to take a crap in his toilet and panic took over. I want to hear how your cheeks burned red when he told you his cat was dead, how you fled faster than I fought, swearing you'd never show your face again. Or the night you got so off your face, stripped off in front of your workmates, the manager of the club had to kick you out of his place, dump you in a taxi like forgotten luggage, the driver's eyes, tired but amused, as you hung out his cab, spewing your ringer while asking him to take you for a large kebab. That's the poetry I want. Clumsy, messy, honest. I don't want slogans or gobshites. Leave the politics to the rats of Westminster. Those grey-tie men gnawing through the spine of society, chewing promises into pulp. Let them drown in their debates, while we spill our hearts over cafe counters, over text messages we shouldn't have sent, over the kind of stories that make people laugh, then cry and say, that's real life, aye? Tell me about the time you got caught stalking your ex because you wanted to compare yourself to his new girlfriend, not because you still liked him or really cared, but because you wanted to see her body shape and what like was her hair. Tell me about the time your true love left you and you spent a week glued to your couch, never left the house, eating cereal straight from box to mouth, while watching reruns of Friends to try and make you forget. Tell me about joy so stupid it aches, like when your pal was on a paddleboard for the first time and she couldn't keep her balance and wobbled so much she face-planked the sea. You cried so much you couldn't see, even leaked a bit, which I think was pee. And you caught the whole thing on camera, it spiralled, laughing so hard his lad Bible made it go viral. Let's stop pretending that poetry has to fix the world. Sometimes it just needs to be a mirror for our chaos, a diary for our wreckage, a spotlight for our small, stupid lives that matter more than we are told. Let the pretentious men in grey suits argue over who is still going to do fuck all for our country. We'll stay here, telling stories about bad dates and broken nights and how we keep waking up again and again to find beauty in the mess. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Amazing. Let's go to Martin Windebank.
Hey, how you getting on? Thank you very much. That was great. What I thought about it when I was listening to it is like an introduction to Rana Marathon. I could hear like that was quite interested in these different events, like these different wee stories. The person with the cereal and the kind of face plant and the kind of the stalker and all of this, and it was like I think each one of these could be a poem or it's like the story. Like you could get really into that. And what we got there was kind of like an insight into these different events. And I like the way that you're comparing, like, you know, what poetry means to you, and the fact that, you know, maybe keep the politics out of life and just let's just enjoy our own madness that we've got going on in our time, you know, without all of that, and don't pay no heed to them, you know. I like that sentiment. So there's a lot of good sentiments, a lot of intrigue. What I would say is that, you know, you've probably got quite a good like a bunch of stories you could tell as poetry, and I would be interested in hearing that, you know. So for a score there, I would say 7.
It's a 7 from Martin.
For a score there,
happening. Rana, since you said you appreciate the honesty, right? I had headphones in, but I peeped off camera to a Passion Stella bottle, and when you said even leaked a bit, that's when I hit the top, and that was funny as fuck. Give an extra point for that. Which I'm gonna like. It looked like you were reading that off a screen, so I would have gone, no, that's shite. But you got an extra point back for me almost pushing the flare, right? So I'll put that. Fuck, what is that? Is that better than Mark? I don't know. Fuck. I think I gave Mark too low a score. For every 7.5.
It's a 7.5 from Kamihamiha. And Jim. I've muted you. Hold on.
Poetry as well.
Start again. I muted you.
I like the idea of that sort of confessional poetry. You know, it's good, that sort of self-deprecating stuff. You know, where you can have a bit of fun with yourself and your own shortcomings and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's good that poetry is honest. Not that all those things need to be true. I always say to poets, like poetry should be the truth, but it doesn't need to be true. If you know what I mean, you don't need, every story doesn't need to be true. But I like it. I liked it. I thought it was a wee bit kind of off at the start. You didn't quite hit your kind of rattle, the kind of rhythm, the shape to the poem. I'll 6, I think.
6 is still a high score from Jim.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. You know, I better.
We've got some comments as well. Let's ask the audience what they thought of Rana Marathon's poem. We got Shelltoe Mel says, yes, Rana, love it. Great to hear you again. Stuart says she has a craft. Stacey says, real talk, class, bullseye. Rain Sue says, wonderful storytelling and comedy too. Love that from Rana, says Jigsaw Tiger. Nicely delivered as well, with a baton for rhythm, says Ray and Sue. So yeah, I think that was a Rana Marathon thing. What's the scares and the dares? Sammy B, are you muted?
The score, Justin, is 20.5.
20.5.
Brilliant stuff. 20.5, Matt.
20.5. And Rana, have you got anything that you'd like to promote while you're here?
No, I haven't actually got anything to promote.
Brilliant. Fuck, this would be a lot quicker if nobody actually did it. I really loved that. That was a fantastic poem, Rana. I'm sure. You might be back on. We'll find out with the scares and the dares, because up next is so go on yourself for Sammy B as well. We're going to go bring in Shelltoe Mel, I believe.
What happened to Jock the Doc?
It is Doc the Jock, sorry. I was just so surprised that Shelltoe Mel finally turned up an hour and a half late. Well, an hour and 5 minutes late. We've got Doc the Jock. How you doing?
All right, folks. How you doing, man?
Now, Doc, I know you as a musician, an Ayrshire musician no less,
right
from Rabbie Burns country, but I didn't know that you did poetry.
Well, to be honest, this is my first ever participation in any kind of poetry competition. I'm more of a singer-songwriter. However, I would think that some of the stuff I've done and written is very much like following patterns, you know, onomatopoeia, limerick styles and so forth. And I must say, with the nursery rhyme comment, somebody said sometimes nursery rhymes can be the best ones, you know? Like everyone knows head, shoulders, knees and toes, do you know what I mean?
Do they know downstairs to smoke loads of crack?
Well,
they could beat me. I mean, I see just you when you were doing that one. I've actually got a song called Slice Bacon Tatty Scone, and it is in the theme of head, shoulders, knees and toes. And it seems to be quite a catchy number. Been busking it as part of a charity thing. I'm growing my hair for charity. And everywhere I'm busking it, it's like folk actually walk past and start singing it. I've got kids at my Wayne's college that were humming it. And that's just Slice Bacon Tatty Scone. So I think I need to do something.
Why are you called Doc the Jock? That's no how I didn't know you was Doc the Jock. Is this a new name?
So it is. It's a wee bit of a. I am just using it. I was doing a TikTok. I started that in February last year. And part again, the reason is for trying to sort of build up a profile, do a bit of charity fundraising before I chop all the hair. And I picked the name Dr. Jock because John Powers called me that. John Powers for Cast when we were playing with him years ago.
John Powers, actual John Powers from Cast in the
Actual
Mass.
John Powers, man. So
he named you Doc the Jock.
He called us that.
The name drop.
You call that radio?
Well, that was a fantastic name drop. I'm a big fan of John Powers. But let's get back to the poetry. You have 3 minutes, Doc the Jock. Take it away.
So I'm going to recite, which is a song actually. It's called Born in Ayrshire. It is actually wrote here in this pad. That's only done last year, like this. And I'm going to recite it with it shut as well anyway. If you were to venture on a wee day out, why not visit somewhere here in Scotland? A place of witty banter, brass, boz and gall, full of honest men and bonny lasses. I mean, you could visit Dundee, Dunfermline or Dunbar. You could catch a train out east to Aberdeen. There's always Fife and Falkirk, Dingwall and Dunbeath, but I'll tell you all my favourite place to be. For I was born in Ayrshire, sunny shores and sunny skies, green pastures and scenic views put sparkles in my eyes. So pour another whiskey and raise your glasses high to the Shire and the wild, wild west of Scotland. If you're seeking culture, you'll find it in the Shire. There's loads of lovely seaside tunes for you to admire. Loads of pubs and wee night clubs, beer gardens for a tan, and Rabbie Burns had a bird in every one. There's Erringirvan, Troon and Largs, Dunmuir and Ballantrae, Ardrossan and Kilwinning, Millport and Turnberry. Make up a family picnic, grab a bucket and a spade, have an ice cream down the beach in sunny Irvine. For I was born in Ayrshire, I pick tatties and I'm proud. I'm colourful, I'm cultured, and I stand out in a crowd. So may I propose a toast and may you all shout loud to the Shire and the wild, wild west of Scotland. Now if you seek adventure and football is your thing, we've loads of clubs and stands that you can go and sing. Kilmarnock Football Club and Ayr United, they are foes, but there's many other teams that you might know. There's Auchinleck, Talbot, Irvine Meda and the Vicks, the Vale, the Buffs, the Blasties and the Cabes, Glenafton AFC, the Knock and the Ford, and the Seasiders are Doon and Troon as well. For I was born in Ayrshire and I played football as a lad, but to tell you the truth, I was really, really bad. I'd say I was fine, but I'm clinically blind. I'd get scalped in the head by the ball at the time, and that's when I learned to play the guitar, because I was born in Ayrshire.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Oh, brilliant. Can you hear me?
Aye, I can hear you.
Did my sound get better there? Sorry.
No.
No, did it get worse? Fantastic, Doc the Jock. I'm just like, Ray and Sue keep on complaining about my sound quality, so I'm just trying things out. I
quite like the fact somebody said about their own poem. They felt it was a bit of almost like a political lesson. I kind of feel like that one's a bit of a geography lesson, isn't it?
It should be used by the Ayrshire Tourism Board.
Aye, it's got that ring to it, aye. I don't even drink anymore. I'm also off the sauce, mate. That's me 10 weeks after
I'm doing
sauce.
dry. I'm doing a dry January since the 28th of December. I went a couple of days earlier so that I've got a couple of days in the bank in case I need them. So yeah, we've got let's go to the first. We'll stick to the rules. It's Martin Windebank. First up, what did you make of Doc the Jock's first ever poem performed live?
Yeah, I could see it would be the soundtrack to a film, really, wouldn't it? About Ayrshire. You know, you could see all the scenes. The kind of, I mean, it is beautiful, and you know, he's quite correct in what he says. I mean, there's so many lovely places around the Shire. You know, obviously, Mark, I know you're from that realm.
Good Ayrshire boy. Good Ayrshire boy.
Some of my best friends are from there. But again, you mentioned the West, and obviously, you know, we're in the West, so I do appreciate that. I don't know if we're all in the West, are we? We could be anywhere.
I did mention East as well. There's a few.
Yeah, there was a wee
shouts
mention.
out.
I helped Dundee get a shout
You
out.
could
Oh,
go
yeah,
to
it's so
Fife.
good.
You
And
could
North.
go to Falkirk.
I think Dingwall got a mention.
It was a bit biased towards
Dingwall
Ayrshire,
did.
but
Dingwall did.
other districts are available.
Yeah. No, I loved it. It's a lovely poem about Scotland. So, what's not to like about that? Do you know what I mean? And again, it would be good with a soundtrack, with a film. I think, as you say, for the tourist board, or visit Scotland, man. They take it on, So yeah, I really liked it, and Doc the Jock, I will give a 7.3.
Oh,
7.3 is a high score. Kamihamiha.
What I liked about that one, right, is see when you come into Kirkcaldy train station, there's a poem on the wall that says you can tell yourself by the queer-like smell that the next stop's Kirkcaldy, and I think that would make a much nicer thing to be on a train station somewhere in Ayrshire. I'm sure Ayrshire has many train stations, not just one. Like Kirkcaldy, it's not a fair equivalent. It was also nice to hear, and now this isn't a broad commentary on poetry in general. It's more a commentary on the current time, that it wasn't about you or politics. It was about something else. I was able to just go, right, I know about the fucking Tories. I know we're all fucking mentally ill. So that was really light and refreshing, and I like that. So I'm going to give that an 8, just because I enjoyed how refreshing it was for it to be about.
Thanks, man. Thank you,
something that wasn't politics or yourself. Well done.
Brilliant stuff. It's a very high score from Kamihamiha, and we're going to go to another Ayrshire boy. Is Jim Monaghan, who has muted himself. Unmute yourself and tell us what do you make of the Ayrshire poem?
Well, I'll tell you what, Doc. You went all the way through Ayrshire there, but I was born and lived half my life in Cumnock.
Sorry, man.
Spent my school years in Galston, and none of them got a fucking mention.
I gave a shout out to football team.
I was a short time in Crooked Home, which has got the best place name anywhere in Ayrshire, and you never fucking mentioned that either. And also, I have to point out, you especially didn't mention Cumnock when you mentioned Fitba teams. Fitba teams. Or did you mention the Knock?
The Knock, yeah.
Oh, I missed that bit. Okay. I was going to deduct points.
The AFC, the Knock, and the Ford.
Oh, good. That's good, because I missed that, and I was going to take points off for mentioning Glenafton and Auchinleck, but not mentioning
the
us.
An action replay to prove that he didn't say that.
No, it's all right, man.
It's a VAR decision. He didn't say it. He said it.
Sammy heard it, so it's in. It counts. So that's one point you don't lose. But I've got a really good name dropping thing with John Powers as well, but we'll leave that to another night.
I was actually instructed to do that with Mark there, so at the start, just to have a wee story about why I called it. I didn't know he was going to then pull that.
Right, okay. 5.
It's a 5 for Jim. And the referee is also Ayrshire, so there is the.
Nae mention the Turboughton, Mark. Nae mention the Turboughton, Doc. I'm gutted about that.
Oh, Goston.
No, Turboughton was mentioned. Am I going mad? Did we not hear Turboughton mentioned?
Give me a wee second. Let me actually verify this.
Okay, let's go to
No, you didn't.
There was. I heard Turboughton.
You've got it.
He did not mention Turboughton. I was waiting for it.
Right, I don't know.
They mentioned the
Who's Turboughton's football team, though?
They don't have one.
Turboughton amateurs, mate. No matter about the football team, just about the broad bloody village that we've got here.
It's a fictional village. They don't have a football park.
Right, anyway, I love the Shire, and I'm glad you've done a poem about our Shire, pal. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And I'm giving you anyway. I'm going to count the scores up, but it's a big whoop for the Broon.
Nice, man. Thank you.
What was
Martin
the
being a
audience? Did you enjoy?
7.3, just a bit
in the
awkward.
comments?
Sorry.
Right.
That 0.3 could be all the difference, hey?
Well, the points add up. Points mean prizes.
Points make prizes. Aye.
We've got a couple people are on level pegging, so the points are definitely going to make a difference here. Look, Rain Sue
It's
says
close. It's tacked, Mark.
What's the score? What's the score on the door?
In the butt cheeks.
20.3.
20.3. Rain Sue says, love the Ayrshire Tourist Board advert, nicely delivered. And also, Doc, we might be related. My grandparents on mother's side were from Ayr. See, this is a typical typical Glaswegian thing. Everybody, Ayr is, you jokingly said, because Cammy, that Ayrshire's not like a train station. But for some reason, people seem to think that Ayrshire's just like a wee town. And
I think they maybe get mixed up with the Shire and Lord of the Rings and think that we all actually have hairy hobbit toes and
just
stuff
Ayr.
like that.
People say, fucking Mark's for Ayr. He'll know. I'll get a random message from somebody who's at the pub. I've just met a boy for Ayr. So we know each other.
Do you ken John? John for Coleman?
Aye, John for Ayrshire. But it was a good score. Well done, Doc the Jock. What a great debut to the poetry world. What have you got? You've got a new band you want to promote, I believe?
So I've started a new band called Raven Pagans. You can find us on TikTok, find us on Facebook. There's not much content up there at the moment because we've been spending the past while practicing, getting ready to hit 2025. You can find myself on TikTok with the Raven Pagans, so feel free to like the pages and follow them, and you'll see stuff getting updated as the year goes on.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Doc the Jock. What a poetry debut. We've got the experience and we've got the new talent coming through. Dan's in the house. He says the electric bray does it for me. Right, can somebody please explain, Jim, do you want to explain the electric bray? Because I tried before and they thought I'd lost the plot.
Right, so the electric bray is actually just an optical illusion, but it's a fantastic optical illusion because you can go there, stand on the thing, and what you think is uphill is downhill, and what you think is downhill is uphill, and it's just all in your head. It's all in your eyes, and how your eyes is imagining the scene. So you stop at the electric bray, which is only a tiny part of the actual hill rising up onto the cliff. If you stop your car on the electric bray and take off the brakes, you don't roll back down the hill. You roll up. You roll up the hill, man. I'll tell you, it's but it's only one little bit. But it isn't actually, you're not actually going uphill, you just think you are because of some kind of psychological way that we take in this site, because of the way the land lies against each other, we think it looks like a hill going up. And
that is the best description I've heard yet of electric bray.
And there's no
sounded absolutely mental.
There's no electrics, there's no fucking mad quartz or any fucking fantastic magic. It's just this little bit. It is actually a hill that goes up.
Where is it?
It's down by Croy Shore, which is on the way down to Tunbury, where fucking Donald Trump has his big hotel down that kind of way.
Yeah. All right. Well, it does. You described it perfectly, but it still sounds mental to somebody that's never heard it before.
It's phenomenal, but you can kid on like tourists and all that. If they don't know about it, just stop in the brain, show them all this mad stuff about stuff rolling uphill and all that kind of stuff, and they think you've got magic powers. You know what I mean? Because nobody can see it. There is no humans can look at this and see it the right way around. It's just fucking the way our eyes and our brain works.
Why has nobody filmed this?
Loads of people have filmed it. It's just as they look great film. It's just a ball rolling up a wee bit of tarmac.
Reversed. It's like the famous reverse.
Aye. On film, if you're standing on the thing, you can see it doesn't look as good. It's not as hilly.
Shelltoe Mel is in the house. Who's been on Call Out Radio's Poetry Slam a few times. I've muted you, so you've muted yourself. Shelltoe Mel's been on the Poetry Slams before. She retired last year from Poetry Slams because it done her nothing and she didn't like it. And I said, are you sure you really want to do this? Because the last time it really pissed you off that you didn't get through the next round. And you said, what did you say, Mel?
I can't remember.
You said that.
What did I?
You don't. Oh, you said something along the lines of, you meditate now, so you don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah, that.
So you don't actually agree with that? Now you're actually here, you're in it to win it. Of course you are. Okay,
no, I'm not in it to win it. I'm just here for the crack.
Okay. With the neighbours down the stairs smoking crack. Okay. Shelltoe Mel, take it away. You have 3 minutes. Go for it.
Right. And then again, I can't decide which one to do. Oh, this is torture. Right,
you've
here we
turned
go.
up an hour and a half late. You should have been thinking about that.
Well, shit happens, man. HRT. Give it to me, or I'll give you a piece of my mind for free. Had it up to here. You better stay clear. Where can I get a bit of this gear? Stick it in my forehead, stick it in my butt. Stick it where the sun don't shine, as long as my mouth it will shut. Tore into the wains, the husband, the postman too. Tore a new arsehole and turned the air blue. Rage against the computer, the washing machine as well. Am I losing my marbles? I can't even tell. Unrecognisable, like the artist formerly known as Prince. I'm a normal function human. Who you trying to convince? 3 a.m, wake up, sweating buckets. Fuck it, suck it, shove on the chicken nuggets. Trying to eat healthy, but it's all gone down the pan. I just want to get through this, but I'm more desperate than Dan. Someone's pumped my belly up. I look like I'm my child. I think I've got a balloon in there. The farts are anything but mild. My feet are louping, got a granny trolley so I can get my messages up the road. I'm in fire, wheezing like fuck, lungs about to explode. I carry a fan like I'm from the 19th century. Next thing you know, it'll be 10 a lady. How the fuck can this be? Oh yeah, you bunch of bitches, never said what was ahead. I'm sitting here a costume of a woman, depleted, half dead. Just need to get on with it. This is now my reality. I wait patiently for the day I return to me.
Shelltoe Mel. Shelltoe Mel in the house.
Yes, Mel. Woo!
I know that you don't want to hear about that shit, but I will talk about that shit because it's fucking horrible.
I'm with you, hen.
Yes.
I've just had a hot flush while you were doing that there, Mel.
I've had to mute myself a few times.
Okay, Bart Windebank. Minted, says Sammy B. What you got to say about it, Barton?
Oh, if anything about bodily functions, man, I'm there, man. Just lay on, you know what I mean? it's my preferred genre, you know. No, it's always a good comedy element and some serious tones with Mel. You know, I like that mix. I think she's got a good way with it. Whenever you hear something that she does, it's very much her style, and you know, that's something that she's got I don't know, it's like I don't want to say the word, but say her own brand, you know. You know, I've always loved her stuff, so I'm kind of already sold on the color and the even though I like the kind of subdued tone of the camera. I felt like it kind of emphasized the visuals, you know, in the mind. So yeah, great stuff, Mel. I appreciated it. It's good to see you on here. I know you've been a judge before, so you really know how to deliver now. What I would say, I like that. I would give that an 8 for Mel.
Thank you very much.
8 for Shelltoe Mel. Kamihamiha is in the house. For what you guys say about it?
It was class. Well, one thing, Mel, I love about your things is your punchlines catch me off guard an awful lot. Where you'll say a thing that's either super direct or super like it builds up in a way that the punchlines catch me off guard one way or another, and that's in a sort of autistically over analysis of how you do these things. All a joke is a violation of expectations. You've got jokes fucking everywhere, regardless of whether it was meant to be a joke or not, or whether it's just a bit that makes me go, that was very blatantly what they think, or you know, some I don't know how to describe it better than that, but it catches me off guard. It makes me giggle in those ways, and that's fucking great. And much in the vein of the other ones is it's always very honest. It's always very vulnerable. There's no try to put something on with it. I scored Mark too low early for what I'm trying to for other people. Sorry, Mark. Fuck it. An 8.
It's an 8 for Shelltoe Mel.
There you go.
And we go to Jim Monaghan.
Right, Jim, what are you saying, man?
I thought it was quite good, Mel, actually. You know, the thing is, though, do you know, I missed, without the dancing and the costumes, it's
Ah, well, I'm
kind of,
injured now. I'm
well,
injured.
see, that's it. That's no excuse, man. You've got to be a professional. Show must go on and all that stuff, taking your wheelchair. But
That's
it's,
how I fucking injured myself doing
well,
that.
that's it. See, and it tells me that your act maybe relies a wee bit in the dancing and the kung fu and the tracksuits and all that. But I think
How dare you?
I thought it was really good. It was really I think it's one that will chime with so many people, the perimenopausal stuff and all that. And it's funny. It's
Shout
good.
out to my people, the menopause warriors, by the way.
And I'm glad you don't take it seriously because I'm going to give you a 4.
You're going down.
It's a 4 from Jim. And
That's absolutely outrageous, Jim Monaghan.
I know,
So-
tell him,
I see you, mate.
Sammy, I've been doing my best to be kind of quite nice to poets all night. And my brother just sent me a lovely picture of a cake. And I'm kind of going off the idea of poetry now, and I'm just mere thinking about cakes.
Tell me more about these cakes.
That's a piss excuse, Jim.
Well, everybody's talking about how great it is, to be honest.
Excuse to be fair.
Fair enough. Mel, I thought it was fucking brilliant then.
We got.
I thought it was like, by the way,
While you were doing that, I was coming out. Wasn't that?
By the way, I was judging a real slam on Saturday, a live one.
Fuck up.
And
Who
when you say, Sammy, you think it's
fucking
when you
loud
say,
poets.
Sammy, when you say you think it was brilliant, why do you think I gave it 4? You want to see what those bastards got on Saturday night and all that at the fucking Drygate?
Aye, fucking loud poets, because the loud poets get
Well, they were
funded by
lucky. They
Creative
were lucky.
Scotland.
They were lucky.
They get funded.
Well, they don't get any extra points for being funded. I was giving them 2.2 and all that stuff. So I thought it was brilliant as well. You
went to a real slam, aka funded slam, and you gave 2.2s.
Some of them are pish, man. Some of them are really pish and they deserve pish scores. If you get a pish score, it deserves a pish score. Don't get me wrong, there was some absolutely fucking brilliant ones as well. But four's no bad.
What was the highest score you gave, man?
What was
the highest score you gave?
I gave 2 8s. 2 different. Got 8.
Oh, fucking hell.
But they were fucking pretty fucking outstanding poems.
Okay, what's the score?
I've missed you, Jim. I've missed you, mate.
What's the final scares and the dares, Sammy B?
20. 20 for Mel.
It's 20 for Mel. So Epi
close.
says Jim just can't relate. Loved says Danny. Fake me, Shelltoe. No wonder you don't want to slam tonight. I don't know. I think that was referring to me before. Educational and hilarious. Mel says Jigsaw Tiger. Round of applause from Lindsay McGhie. Yes, Shelltoe Mel says Stacey. I love her, says Stuart. And also, Rains, ask a very good question. Cammy, are you in front of the nuclear arsenal for the UK?
Aye, so watch your fucking mouth, right?
Okay,
I'm saying the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a button. It's the big red button. So
can I promote my shit?
Yes, you can promote your shit. Yeah, you've got. Actually, I'll try and find your flyer. I know that you've got a gig on, so you start talking about it. I'll find the flyer.
Yeah, so next Friday the 24th in Block, we have our Female Funk Fruition Meraki night, and we have 2 amazing artists, Loki and Dr. Normal playing, and I will be DJing alongside DJ Funkadelica. So come down and get your groove on. But also we're building up to, that's going to be a monthly event, but building up to a big event in May. So keep your eyes peeled. And I'm also doing a track, I've got a track coming out. Aye. And I'm going to do a comedy gig, so aye.
Brilliant.
Busy times for Shelltoe Mel. Smashing it as always. Well, we'll maybe see you in a wee minute because we'll get some scores to count up. So now we've got the wheels. Am I missing something? No, we're good. So the thing is, what's the complicated bit here is we've got the random number generator here, but So we've already had Shelltoe Mel. So that leaves us with 3. But the thing is that Rebecca Radical is a no-show. So I hope she's all right, but she's not. I don't know if she's got her days mixed up. But I think Rebecca Radical is a no-show. She's not responded back to me. So for the time being, unless she gets here quickly, then we're removing her name just now. But Rebecca, if you are tuned in, there is still time. If you've got tech issues, send me a message. And Callum Ray is in Butte, and he says that he's got his tech's not great because he's in Butte, but he's got, I don't know, something about hard copies. I think basically Callum can't do it. It sounds like Callum can't do it because the only other way that I can imagine that it would work is if I read out the poem. So that leaves us with 1 left in this round, and it's going to be Lindsay. It's Lindsay McGhie is going to be the last poet of the night, unless Rebecca Radical gets here in the next 5 minutes. So, Lindsay, are you here? Let's see if Lindsay's here. Yes, Lindsay is here. Yes. Hello, Lindsay. You won that wheel, that random wheel.
Yes.
Good to have you on the show, Lindsay. And yeah, just take it away, and we'll get a chat after it.
Good to have you on the show, Lindsay. Cheers. So this one I wrote about my childhood. It's not as funny as everyone else's, so sorry in advance. But it's called Warfare at Home. A treaty signed by woman and man, barely of age to truly understand. Kids raising kids, just doing what they can. No big manual, no strategy, no plan. You see, ideals pushed them into a disaster. They were stockpiling hatred. Time plays a factor. No one foretelling what would come after. Happy home void without any laughter. And money was deployed as a means of control, and arms were raised when there was no alcohol. And he'd go AWOL, come back drunk, cue an all-night brawl, wondered why they stayed together at all. Now walls divide them, separate bases, and previous partnerships leave no traces. Now games of pulling trump and showing aces. Guess who game, many different faces. And twisted emotion tactics, plenty surprise, like kids being used as weapons and spies. Teaching tactics of pretense and white lies, creating states of fear where progress dies. See wains that grow up in hostile conditions, where decisions are driven by addictions and their home torn apart by afflictions, are hindered in life with poor cognitions. See, warfare at home means warfare outside. Violence has a ripple effect on life. Years of wrong decisions causing much strife, knowing not direction of wrong or right. But this is where the poem gets nicer, a future for the kids that was much nicer, a future led by adults bred much brighter, urged one to be a writer, not a fighter. Thanks.
Absolutely fantastic, Lindsay McGhie. Superb. Wow. Let's go to leave the comments and let us know what you thought of Lindsay's poem, and we will go to Martin Windebank. Take it away.
It's important and relevant, all of that, and you do have to wonder, and the impact for the future, and it's important that we talk about it. I think it's important that people are saying it's things that relate to the reality of what is actually going on, and the inevitability of what might occur, from the events that are actually happening now, not just for us, but for the future folk, and that was that I could see it all, I could hear it all, I could relate to it. It was well written, well relayed, and it was powerful, So yeah, well done, and I give it an 8.5.
It's an 8.5, very high score, and we will move on to Kamihamiha.
Yeah, that I think that was probably my favourite one of the night so far. When I've got a day job right now, and when I've got a day job, I work with young people, and that basically everything that you've just said is what I'm trying to get into the heads of people that I work with a lot of the time, because I'll deal with a wee dick. Go, he's a wee dick. What does he fucking deserve? And I go, you understand? They're a young person, and they're apparently not of the age of consent yet. So if they're not of the age of consent, how can they be a fucking dick? They don't know. They don't know better. So the fluidity of the performance could have been slightly tighter, and it's the only thing making it not be higher. But I'll get an 8.5 as well, which is still my highest score. So fucking well done.
8.5. Wow. And we'll go to Jim.
Yeah, Lindsay, I was up. I think the first tonight that was a proper poem from start to finish in terms of poetry rather than just performance poetry or rap or whatever. And rhymes are great. The structure was brilliant. I think it's really good that a poem. I think it's important that a poem is that you're just rattling off something that has some kind of structure and shape to it. And it was well put together. I'll give it a 7, actually.
Wow, thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Everybody's in silence because I gave 7 in it. Total silence. It was very good.
I was nodding.
I nearly did that clicky fingers thing that only happens in Edinburgh.
Ali G.
Actually, the first time that happened to me, Mark, it was the National Slam Finals at Oranmore, and I didn't know about that clicky finger thing that Edinburgh do. If they like a line in your poem, they click their fingers, to appreciate it. And it put me fucking right off. I was in the middle of a poem and all the finger clicking started. I thought it sounded like people were opening loads of bags of crisps at the same time. And I thought, what the fuck's happening here? And it put me off halfway through my poem. I stuttered and all that. So, fuck Edinburgh.
It's like crickets. No, not fuck Edinburgh, by the way. Not fuck Edinburgh.
Okay.
I think I already nearly started a fucking beef with loud poets and all that. And I've already been part of the Not Funded by Creative Scotland shit. I'm having a good month, aren't I? I'm available for funding, by the way.
Yes, don't fucking slag off Creative Scotland funding if you might get it one
I
day.
just promoted Loki's album, Not Funded by Creative Scotland. If I wasn't blacklisted, if that was on my head, then it's definitely going to be the case now.
I'll get you in, don't worry.
We've got no sponsors, we've got no funding, we've got no adverts, thanks to our Patreons and our YouTube members, so thanks to everyone who does support the show. Fuck the rest of you that don't. I'm only joking. No. I've only actually ever applied for one thing and I didn't get it. So it's my fault for not applying myself, literally not applying myself. What's the scares and the dares, Sammy B, for Lindsay's poem?
Well, Matt, this is an awfully high score, Lindsay. Well done. That was absolutely brilliant. It's a fucking tap draw for me, hen. And it's also the highest score of the night, 24. Well deserved.
Done. Okay.
24, hen.
Cheers, guys.
Nice to see you, Lindsay.
Nice to see you, pal.
We've got some comments coming in from Great Poem, says my pet Rocket. Great poem, just tuned in. Hope you're all good. Beautiful storytelling, says Jigsaw Tiger. Oh my God, Lindsay, wow, brilliant, says Stacey. Great one. Lindsay says Desi. That was a 10, says Stuart. FPMU says words that sadly ring true for many. I just liked hearing your poem. Cheers. That moved me. Felt so true. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all. So, what I need to do is have a little. Well done, Lindsay. I think you're you're definitely in the final. I just need to rethink this. Sammy, do you want to phone me? Or send me your number? Because just to find out, because we've obviously we did have 9 poets, but now we've only got 7, and it was quite a delayed start tonight. So rather than do a second round, I'm thinking we just pick the top 3. Or the top 4, which was 7. So we lose 4. The top 3 do 1 more poem each. Then that means they've got 1 poem in the back in case it goes to a tiebreaker or something like that. Will we do that? Then we can wrap up because, we'll try and keep it under 2 hours. Jim?
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Is that all right? It might. I don't know. Maybe you might get your bed early, but I was thinking that we should have 4 in the second round, and then the highest 2 go into like a what do you call it, sudden death final kind of thing.
That sounds cool. Sudden death.
Sudden death. Aye. To the death.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that's 6 poems, though, Matt. That'd be 6 more, though. Is that too long?
6 more poems. 6 more. To be honest, it'll be a lot quicker because we've done all the introductions, we've done all the promotions. In fact, actually, I didn't ask Lindsay which she's promoting, but she's definitely in the final anyway as the top person. Will we do a second round then? You up for it? We'll do a second round and then we'll do a final. Fuck it. I'll be fine. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a song quickly. Just play a song to have a wee break. I was going to get me a beer, but it is 0%, just to clarify. I don't need to get me 0% beers. I'll be fine. Let's just do it. Okay, so I'm going to play a song. A bit of, since we mentioned not funded by Creative Scotland, I'm going to play a little bit of for Loki's new album, which is out tomorrow. Not funded by Creative Scotland, and we'll play that. There you go. Could you just do that while I play it? Because I've not got a
lyrics, but I've kind of was hoping to.
This is like one of the banging nights, man, where you just don't want it to end, so you just keep dragging it out that wee bit longer. I'm merging for the booty, a sketchy the night on.
So that was from Loki's new album. It's out tomorrow, not funded by Creative Scotland. No, it's out on Friday, sorry, on Bandcamp. But if you pre-order the vinyl, you get it today. That's what thing. What a tune. Looking forward to the album arriving. Yes, it is available on vinyl. Loki, that was amazing, really beautiful. Glad Gasp isn't retiring. He was so good last time I seen you. Yeah, shouts to Gasp as well. So I think we're just going to do what Jim said, and we're going to have the top 4 poets. And we'll just do another poem and then sudden death final between the top 2 poets from them. So, yep, still got plenty of poetry to come. We'll bring Sammy B on. Unmute yourself, Sammy, and we'll just talk about who the top 4 is. We don't need to know who just give us the top 4.
Tell you, Mark, it's been a very high scoring night tonight, hasn't it?
It's been...
Jim won in absolutely... I mean, it's usually a 5 for Jim. He's really getting out high scores tonight.
It's been... I think the quality has been too high for him to be properly grumpy at it.
I'm worried about him, Mark. You know what I mean? It's not like him, what I'm saying. I've not seen Jim for a while, mate. And Jim, you've changed, man.
I know, I'm letting the side
What
down.
these high scores?
I know. The highest was 7, right? I wasn't, that's still, you've got to do a lot to get 7, you know.
Well, we've decided to go with your idea and do the top 4 poems. So, could you read out the names of the top 4 poets, please, Sammy B?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, it was a very high scoring round, the first round.
And very close, and very, very close. So everybody, it was very close.
Listen, it was tact, Mark, awfully tact. Tact at the top. They were brilliant. Everybody was brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me for doing the scores, by the way. I hope everybody's enjoying it. But the poets going through to the next round are Lindsay, Mark, Natalie, and Rana Marathon. That's your 4, your top 4 going through.
Congratulations to Lindsay, Mark. So Lindsay and Mark are still backstage. We need Rana Marathon and Natalie Jane Clark to click the link and rejoin us for the semi-finals of the Poet of the Year Slam competition. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll just do it in reverse order. Well, since Lindsay's here, or we'll spin it. It's only right to do the spin, I think.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Cammy's still here. Martin's there. I think Jim's went out for a smoke. He's making a cup of tea. I can hear him. So, okay, we'll do the Wheel of Fortune again. Martin, what are you working on just now? Could you want to just tell us what you're up to just now while I'm getting this Wheel of Fortune ready?
What am I up to? Well, I mean, I've got a kind of lifelong project of trying to make an album of music that I just have never finished. So I'm working a bit on that. I was inventing new songs, but no one ever hears. I enjoy them, you know. Working on a DJ set. You know, I'm just kind of taking it slow, but I should probably go quicker, you know, and just do stuff. That's the main part that I have an issue with is the release. I mean, I even did a master's in music release last year, but still haven't released anything else apart from that one song. So I'm working on that. Also working on my photography, you know, continually. So everything's in play, man. It's just, you know, what do I do?
Busy boy. Best photographer, best video maker on the planet, excellent musician.
Oh yeah, there's the Colonel Mustard. It's Hunter and McMustard's now Mellow Party are doing a gig in the Oran Moor on the 28th.
The 28th, yes. That's actually the day that I think I'm finishing the Gyros album, unfortunately. And Mob Deep's on that night as well. It's a big night for Glasgow, but I'm going to be finishing the album, unfortunately. Rebecca Radical should still join. Well, she's just not here. She's just not turned up. Oh, she's all right, but she didn't turn up. No show. Callum Ray had technical issues, and thanks to Doc the Jock as well, who's still here. I'm just going to kick you out, Doc, just to make room. But well done, Doc the Jock. He was fantastic. Well done to Suzy. She's absolutely brilliant as well. And we've got well done, Natalie's here. We have congratulations, Natalie. Congratulations, Lindsay. Congratulations, Rana Marathon, and congratulations to Mark for making it to this part. So well done, everybody's been amazing, and yeah, Shelltoe Mel as well. Remember the Funk Fruition Night is next Friday night, from Loki. I'll just try to find the banner. It's going to be a good one. It's at Block. It's free entry, 9 o'clock. Loki, Dr. Normal, Shelltoe Mel, and then it's tunes till 3 a.m. Always a good night in Block. So that's next Friday. But let's get back to tonight. Who is the best poet on the planet? We are using science and maths to find out. And we're going to go and use what could be more scientific than a virtual Wheel of Destiny. We can't say Wheel of Fortune because of the copyright, so we're going to call it Wheel of Destiny. But we don't want to get shut down by the copyright robots. So first up is Mark Richardson. We're going back to Dundee. Mark Richardson.
Let's get the habit. Right, so this poem is called A Note to Psoriasis. Oh, okay. I thought it was muted there. It's okay. So, yeah, suffer a wee bit of mild to moderate psoriasis. Yeah. So this poem is, instead of psoriasis attacking me, I've turned the tables and I'm going on the attack against psoriasis. And I'm not saying I'm the best poet in the world, far from that, but I'll go down in history because this poem will be on prescription. Here we go. A Note to Psoriasis. Psoriasis, who the fuck are you? Who invited you on my body to do what you do? All I could do is just to keep you at bay. Still not found a solution to keep you the fuck away. I mean, what do you want? What have I done? Is this just your hobby? Are you just doing this for fun? With a scratch and an itch, inflammation's a bitch. You're worse than crabs, you scaly wee witch. I mean, one day you weren't here, then you just appeared. There was no invitation, it's just a wee bit weird. I've been to the doctors, I've been to the nurse, I've even tried voodoo to eradicate your curse. Wouldn't bother if you were bonny, wouldn't bother if you were sound, but you're just scabby and ming and hagging around. What a flake and a rake, you're fucking keeping me awake to get you to fuck. Just what's it going to take? Popping up here, popping up there. Everybody thinks it's fleas pure breathing in my hair. When I had hair, it's just no right. You're a hideous sight, but you didn't even care. When you gonna go? Are you here for fucking good? I've had STIs that put us in a better mood. A dose of the clap, just plain old gonorrhea. It's time I fucking go, so I'll just see you when I see you. But you keep coming back on the attack. I'd rather be tortured and stretched on the rack or stuck in an Iron Maiden. Remember, it's me. It's my body you're invading, but you didn't care. You're not even caring. I'm going to drop you in the shit. I'm going to take out a hit. You'll be fucking dismembered and buried in a pit. See, you can't fuck with me, psoriasis, so you better wake up and see. Wake up and see what you're making me be. I'm going to get you back. I'm coming on the attack. You'll be fucking eradicated like the death that was black. Just a remnant of the past. An affliction that was aghast. Itchy, bitchy, I'll be ready you at last. But until this battle is won, I suppose we'll just live together as one. Just you toying, being annoying, just you have your fucking fun. But I'm telling you now, no more will I bow, because you're on borrowed time, and I'm going to tell you how. This poem will be on prescription all over the earth, with a breakdown and description of how you bring about your wrath. A vaccination against your irritation, finally leading to your extermination. Your genetic compound, if searched and if found, you're hanging by a thread close to the ground. From Zimbabwe to India, from Scotland to Nepal, you'll just be a memory like the pox that was small. So word to all the sufferers, word to the wise, psoriasis, psoriasis, this poem shall be your demise. Thank you. Fuck psoriasis.
Fucking brilliant.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yes, man.
Yes.
It's not true. Like the bit about STIs is obviously not true. I've never had gonorrhea. Disclaimer.
Martin Windebank, what you got to say about it?
That was a tour, man. That was, do you know what I mean? There was so much in there. I said it before. I do like kind of bodily function material, man. That was probably some of the best I've ever heard, to be honest, man. Because it's a niche thing, you know. Nobody's really ever. I've never heard a poem about psoriasis. I was just doing a wee research into psoriasis while you were doing it, and
yeah, I've never heard anyone else doing it. So
wow, you know, it's like
it's unique to me.
It's a mean thing. It needs a swift toe. You know what I mean? So I'm really happy with what you just did, man. I appreciate it.
Okay,
Enjoyed it.
So what are we scoring this, Martin?
I'm saying 9.
It's a 9. It's the highest. Is that the highest of the night? I don't know.
Highest of the night.
Confirm that. It's the highest of the night. I think I've heard.
Thank you very much. It's appreciated. Cheers.
Sure. Well done.
I don't know if I've got psoriasis. I sometimes get a scabby elbow. Is that psoriasis?
I don't know. I can't speak properly. I can't diagnose it. I just fuck.
I thought you were the expert.
Well, fuck. I don't know.
I just got a wee scabby elbow from time to time. Aye, I don't know. Right, well, we go for Kamihamiha. What you got to say about it?
Aye, I've definitely never heard a poem about psoriasis either. That was a welcome novelty again. As I'm saying, I'm enjoying ones that aren't overtly political or about the self in a way that's about themselves or about poetry itself. What I love about your stuff, Mark, as well, is you always have very like the simplest rhymes, but it's not the rhyme itself is the highlight. It's you've set up and it's almost like the rhyme is only there to make it technically a poem, and otherwise it's always funny. It's always like it's got that thing I said about Shelltoe Mel earlier. What do I score that? Get some multis in there. Like I'm no for Kirkcaldy, I'm a Dundonian laddie. That some multis would bump that up to. I'll put an 8.5. That would be a 9 if you had stronger rhymes, but you've got an 8.5 in spite of the fact that the rhymes are no, it's dope. Shut up.
Okay, thank you. Cheers, Carly. Spawn.
Okay,
Jim.
I disagree with Cammy because I thought the rhymes were a strong part of it, but I think that it's just for a different background because I think there is a different. I think that hip hop and poetry has a slightly different way of looking at rhymes. In poetry, you kind of look for simple rhymes because they're simple points. But anyway, I thought that was superb, Mark. I am a lifelong sufferer of psoriasis. See my flaky head, and I'm one of the guys. I don't have it all the time, but I get attacks of it every couple of years. It comes and batters me for 3 months, and it's fucking hellish, and it is a
Is it
bastard.
stress related? Just curious, is it stress related?
It could be, I think, sometimes, yeah.
Aye, it's a stress triggered. If no stress related, it's kind of it's kind of like eczema, except it's your nerve. It's a nervous system thing rather than a skin thing. It just looks and feels like eczema, but it's triggered by something else. Aye.
Anyway, gets your immune system out. Yeah, anyway.
Aye, that's that. It means. I mean, sometimes you forget that it is quite a serious thing. I was fucking the queue for the fucking vaccine and all that. They always make me a priority, and I don't feel as if it's a particularly dangerous thing. But
I've got quite mild. It comes and goes, so it's worse in the winter, but anyway, I just thought
all guys in their fucking skin.
It's quite medical. It's
getting too medical. But
it's getting a bit technical.
I thought it was
dying of psoriasis and getting vaccinated for it.
I thought it was an excellent poem, really well structured, to the point, and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes it's difficult to write about a subject like that and have so many to such a length and an extent, because you can say something simple in 2 or 3 lines for something like that. But I thought it was wonderful. 7.7.
Okay, thank you. Cheers.
Big scores, big.
Thank you very much, all of you. Thanks.
Nice one, Mark. So you want to give us, in fact, just give us a score. Aye, Sammy. Aye, I was going to say keep it to the, or we'll keep it to the end. Just you tally them up and then.
Aye, keep it to the end.
It's been exciting, isn't it? Okay, so we'll just get the net. Let's spin the wheel again. Where are we? There it is. Aye. So let's just spin the wheel. So we remove Mark from that list. The round and round and round it goes. Dreams Are Mental by the Gyro Babies drops on the 29th of March, by the way. It's Lindsay McGhie. It's the winner of the last round is back. Going to need to do well to top our previous poem, which is the highest score of the night so far. Lindsay, take it away.
Yeah, so I wrote this one because I've been called a troublemaker a few times, just because, like, well, I don't know. I guess we'll just chat about it through the verse, the method of poems. I'm a sayer. I'm a thin line skater, a system shaker, and an instigator. I'm a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker. I'm a stater, a strong debater, a thought invader, and an agitator. I'm a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker. I'm a slater, a chaos creator, a motion waker, arsehole tamer. I'm a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker. I'm a saker, a kindness rater, a do a favour, ask things later, a troublemaker. A troublemaker. I'm a maker, a shop bin raker, a waste upgrader, a profit traitor. I'm a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker. Thank you.
Superb for Lindsay, and we'll go to the judges now. Superb. We're going to go to Martin Windebank first. What have you got to say about it? No, he's frozen. A poem so good that he froze.
Shot.
Look at that. Oh no, he's back. He's back. Oh no, he's not. Do you know what?
I don't know what happened. There's some tech. Tech goes there, man.
He's having a psoriasis.
That is, I mean, I've known you for a while, Lindsay, and I never really. I mean, I guess that's your appraisal of yourself. Maybe, you know, it's an honest reflection of something that, you know, and I appreciate it. But you know, I've always I find you, I like you, you know. So I never really saw you like that. So it's hard for me to relate to you saying that in a way, but I like it as a like a sort of an offering and a sort of comic thing, and I think it was well done, and I like the kind of return to I'm a troublemaker. I can imagine like with a big beat, I'm a troublemaker, you know, have something's all the rhymes, you know. So it's for that it's cool. I could see it as a music with music, and I could see it with attitude, and then that's how I'm envisaging it now. Just having to think my way through. I appreciated it. Thanks again. And the number that I would associate with it would be an 8.
An
Thank
8.
you.
Brilliant stuff, Kamihamiha.
Well, I mean, he's just got to put that poem over the Prodigy there, hasn't he? With Troublemaker, and he's trying to rap it. And I've got this gear in front of me, and I want to make it like that, but I can't. Right? I like that. The same reason as the first one is that there are young people I work with every day where I see that where they're branded as being a troublemaker or they're branded as being a problem or something like that, when all it is how they reacted to a certain situation that they were forced into against their consent. And I see that every single day, and I want to let them hear that and go, there's a human being out there who I generally consider a sensible and well-measured person that's trying to do good shit, who's talking like that. That's shit hot. Fuck, what number do you put on that? 8.5 again. 8.5 again.
Another 8.5. Jim, what you got to say about it?
I like the subject matter, and I like your delivery was good as well. I just think there wasn't quite enough in it. Do you know, there was loads of words, individual words to describe a similar kind of thing, but they didn't link to an example or a metaphor or anything like that, and it didn't quite have the structure of your first poem. So it was still really good, though. I mean, the quality of night's been fantastic, and many a night that would be one of the top poems. But I think 6.8.
Cheers, Jim.
That's another high score for Jim.
High score.
Brilliant stuff. I didn't actually ask you earlier on, Lindsay. You get anything that you want to plug while Sammy's counting up the scores?
Next performance is the return of Flourish at McCool's on the 4th of February, 7:30. So I'll be performing down at McCool's then. That's about all I've got.
Brilliant stuff. It looks like it's a good night. I've still not been to Flourish. I'll need to try and check it out. But yeah, I've heard good things. The photos have been looking good. The lineups have been looking good, and McCool's is always good. So brilliant stuff. What is the scores on the doors, Sammy B? Sammy B, you are muted.
Holy shit balls, man, I was muted. Right. The scores on the doors are Mark Richardson, 25.5. Lindsay McGhie, 23.3. That's how it stands.
We weren't supposed to do the scores, were we? Oh, I've ruined that bit. I've ruined that. Sorry. It's been a long day. You got to remember, I'm in pure January mode. I'm getting up at 6 in the morning. I've been at the gym 3 days in a row. Fucking hell. I've never been to the gym with my wife.
Well done, Mark.
And my wife.
What I did, Mark, is I renamed my toilet Gym, and so I say to people, I go to the gym first thing every morning. Sometimes twice. Sometimes twice.
Toilet. But yeah, brilliant stuff, Lindsay, and we'll maybe see you for the final. This is the final, but there is a sudden death part. Let's spin the wheel of destiny and see who's next. We have, it's either Rana or Natalie Jane Clark. Jackal Trades, my famous and Bonnie Duchess have got a single out on the 24th of January. And it's Natalie Jane Clark is back on the show. And where is she? Yes. Amazing stuff. Welcome back. Hold on, what have I done? Where's that? Right. Natalie, please give us another one of your great poems.
Yes, certainly. Anyone here on medication for their brain state will relate to that tug of war of attrition. Yes, meds beat the bad demons into submission. They pause that newsletter subscription of you. The daily updates of horrible games you play with life and chores and relationships and feelings and whatever. Except, where's your creative zinginess gone? Your manic pixie ziggy stardust self is lulled and dulled. Now you're just run-of-the-mill, reflexes nil, mayor of Snoozeville on them pills. Yet, without them, you might end up doing something you regret. So please take your meds. Don't take your meds. Feel like I've lost my gut feeling. My gut's feeling sore as fuck. Sometimes my appetite is suppressed, stomach compressed, ingesting nothing till evening when the meds wear off and I am a cavernous vacuum of tears. But they could help you get out of bed. So please take your meds. Don't take your meds. Be quiet. Shush. Focus. Pay attention. She'd succeed if only she'd try harder, but she seemed so much smarter. Why can't she get it down on paper? Lazy, lazy, lazy. You must pass that test. So please take your meds. Don't take your meds. I've got systems. My piles work like a computer cache memory, actually. Most recently accessed sits on top. No one else sees the layers of love and sections of stuff like I do. Lovingly, orderly. But you'd like to not disgust your partner and friends, so please take your meds. Don't take your meds. Side effects include uneven heartbeat, changes in personality, mood changes, mood swings, feeling or hearing things that are not there, headache, feeling nervous, joint pain, dry mouth, feeling dizzy, stomach pain, heart attack, muscle cramps, blood in urine, feeling aggressive. Trust doctors. They know what they're talking about, and you really can't spend all day in bed. So please take your meds. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff, Natalie. And we can go. Don't take your meds unless they're, of course. You can't trust the doctors unless it's Mark Richardson talking about psoriasis. Speaking of which, Shelltoe Mel says, Scabby, I'll put a good name for it. Okay, brilliant poem from Natalie. Let's go to Martin Windebank.
I like the theme. I once had to take some meds for a fungal nail infection. And I lost my taste buds for 6 weeks, and everything tasted like metallic ice cream or something, like off sour cream for 6 weeks, man. Just for taking a short run of these things that he gave me, man. So since that day, I've always been, at times I've always been pretty skeptical of this. So now I'm supposed to take B12. B12, right?
Can we get back to the poem, Martin? Sorry.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, understand. But what I would say is that I think they may have performed that poem before in the past.
No
I remember the meds. I don't know if it's a different take on it.
But it doesn't matter. Like you can't.
It doesn't matter. But still,
you can't judge it based on if the poem's been performed before. I would imagine that 99.9% of all poems at poetry slams are something that's been done before.
Good. I still really like
that. That's where I draw the line. If you do the two poems in the same night, then okay, we need to. In fact, that's quite arty. That's actually quite bold.
I really liked hearing it again because it took me back, and I don't think again not much has changed, but I like the sentiment of it because it's so confusing for people, and it's important that people realise that everyone's on the same sort of page with that. It's like it could be anything. Couldn't it be like was it placebo? It could be anything that could save your life. It could be really help you. It might not. It's always that. It's always that landscape, and it's good to hear it in a poem. I really appreciated it, and I would give that 8.3.
An 8.3 is a high score from Martin Windebank. Kamihamiha, what you got to say about it?
That was cool. I think I want to go back to my comment on the cadence earlier. I think that might have actually just been because I've seen you before and I hadn't realised when you did that one. I realised I'd seen it before. Maybe I was comparing you to yourself, and that was the problem. Maybe, or maybe I was right. I don't know. It could be either. The don't take your meds bit is it's obviously quite a contentious topic because to some people that's absolutely necessary for them to do their thing. You cover that in it and whatnot. It's yeah, no, it's a good piece of writing. I won't do a Martin and go on a tangent, even though I just clearly did. Right, right. Fuck. What did I rate everyone else? An 8.
It's an 8 from Kamihamiha. Jim, what you got to say about it?
I think we need to have a special extra show just for like ailments and cures for them and all that.
A bodily function.
Bodily function. Excellent. I thought it was really good, Natalie, again. And really good subject matter. It's a dead contentious thing, and you know whether to take or not. The you know the side effects versus the reality and all that stuff. So, and I thought you told that story really well. I'd say 7.
It's a 7 from Natalie, and some nice comments coming in here. By the way, do you like the curtains that I put on either side of me? Proper Canva.
Are they
I just thought it'd
curtains?
be nice because it's poetry, but it looks pure shite in it. But I thought the curtains look so shite. I was going to try and make it look realistic, but
I didn't notice there were curtains until you said. I didn't know what they were.
I thought I'd make a wee effort, do some special effects. Amazing Natalie says Georgie, fabulous says Shelltoe Mel, taking my meds says Stuart. Wow, Natalie, awesome says My Pet Rocket. It's a 10 says Stuart. Martin, you are cracking me up. The lighting on you, Cammy, is amazing. You look like you have lasers happening, says Shelltoe Mel. And okay, what is the scores? Well, we've told the other scores, haven't we? So what we got?
The score from Natalie is 23.3. High
20.
scoring again.
It's another high score. Well done, Natalie. And I've just put a link
Well
to...
done, Natalie.
There's a Natalie's... I've just put a link in the comments to pre-order Natalie's book. So get
Much
that
appreciated.
pre-ordered.
Every sale helps.
No worries at all. The link is in the comments. If you go and pre-order a book. And well done, Natalie. We might see you again in the final. And that means what we got. We've got one. It's a one. Yes. So we'll spin the wheel anyway, just in case. Just in case. But I have a feeling it might be Rana Marathon that might win this one. But you know, I'm quite good at predicting these things, and it's Rana Marathon. Congratulations, Rana Marathon. You're up next. Please take it away.
Hello. So this is a poem that I wrote about enduring the menstrual cycle. So, I mean, hopefully it goes down well to the all-male judge panel that we've got tonight.
I knew that was going to... Jim, hold on. Jim, you told me this, didn't you? You said this was going to happen.
No, what I said was I objected to... I said we should have a female judge or 2 female judges. That's what I said.
100%.
Okay. Right, okay. Can I just explain it? Right. So we've got Jim, who's notoriously low score, Martin, who's been the judge, and there's up until now there's always been we've had a female judge, but Cammy won it last year, which makes him one of the judges. So I didn't know what to do. I had to sack.
You fucking dump me.
I could have sacked you, yeah. But what I would point out is that we're 50% or more female slam. So we've got Sammy B here as well representing. So yeah, okay. Point taken.
Okay.
Jim did bring it up, so I'm taking the blame for it. But I was like,
Aye, there should have been a female judge.
100%. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully they don't score me any less because I've got a vagina. Right, so I can't hear you, Mark. Were you speaking there? Sorry.
Sorry, no, just
No,
take it away
no.
when you go.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so this poem is called Week 3. Dinna be fucking with me if I'm on week 3. Do you hear me? You better no come near me because I will make you teary. I'm so snappy, I'll snap you. So crabby, I'll crack you, smack you, pull out a knife and fucking hack you, attack you. I can't help it. This chemical imbalance, have you ever felt it? And trust us females to be the ones that were dealt it. Aye, and look at your face. It looks melted. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm not mean that. That's not me. That. Can you please see that? I'm welling up. The cheeks are swelling. Nut. I can't hold it back. Fuck. I'm greeting for no reason while I'm in season close to committing a treason. The tears are streaming with no fucking meaning, needing some semen with some screaming while I'm wheeling and dealing with my feelings, needing healing. I'm heeding. Woo! What a relief, this release. I'm glad I didn't breach the peace and nobody phoned the police, but if somebody doesn't get me some fucking chocolate, they're going to end up deceased. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. And let's see what the misogynists think about it. Misogynist number 1, Martin Windebank.
I loved it, man. Thank you for that. Thank you. I mean, it was really honest, and it was good. It's good to hear something like that. I appreciated the detail and the just saying it how it is. I'll give you a 9 for that.
Oh, thank you. Is that a bodily fluid you like, Martin?
It's a 9 from the.
No, it's just real though, man. It's like that's take it into account. It's real, man. That's a thing. It's things that guys don't need to go through. The ladies have to go through, man. It's it doesn't seem fair, I think. But
so it's a 9 from.
Everyone's got a
Thank
manage.
you.
A 9 from the women-hating male chauvinist Martin, the misogynist. We'll go to sexist Cami.
Well, I'd like to open by saying I hate women way more than Martin. He's really qualified to judge this one. Women on their periods are a fucking nightmare, and but there's a reason for that, and boys should be empathetic towards that. It was for the rhyme scheme shit I was talking about earlier. That was the one I enjoyed the most out of the night because it had some. I ironically feel like that one could have done with a little bit more metaphor or symbolism or something to try and make an unrelatable thing a bit more relatable to boys that didn't care yet.
So it needs more penis. You're saying it needs more penis.
Why is that what you thought when I said metaphors and that? That's some weird Freud shit that you thought I meant dicks. What? And just if I had a bit more of a story or a bit more of the bits that I make fun of the other poets for, it would make it more easy for silly boys to relate to. Yeah, no, that was good. Fuck, right. It was really good. I didn't like it quite as much as Lindsay's one, but I think I maybe liked it more than the other one I scored are the same as. So I'm just going to say 8.5 again.
8.5 from Sexist Cami. And I think
you're all that.
Patriarchy Jim. And what you got?
I thought it was really good. It's interesting that 3 of the 4 poems in the second round have been, I don't know, medical or bodily poems and all that kind of stuff. And it's all 3 of them are stories that need to be told in a really good way. But I thought, Rana, the structure of it, from start to finish, it was well done. You'd obviously rehearsed it or knew the poem well, which is a slam I always say to people, do the ones you know, do the ones you're comfortable with, and no brand new ones and that. Where it felt to me as if you were well comfortable with the poem. Rhymes were great, structure was excellent, I thought, and it led to a conclusion, which when the conclusion came, we knew it was coming, we knew what it was, but it was fucking excellent. It was a good wee punch at the end.
Thanks, Jim.
So I think it's hard because they're all so fucking good, and I've not been following, adding up who else is what, and you always weary at the end because you think, if I give that score, does that mean they don't, or they won, or they don't? You know, so I think going marking it against the other 3 poems, I would say 7.6. Is that right?
7.6 from Patriarchy Jim.
Thank you.
For your old guy.
And so that means we have 4 poets, 75% that are female, and we are going to find out who are the top 2. Please don't. Wait, just who's the top 2? Sammy B. Hold on, let's just read some scores out. Some good storytelling, says Stuart, about that poem. One of my favourites of yours, Rana, says Shelltoe Mel. Giggle, giggle, giggle. Says Epi. How I love the Poetry Slams. Funny as Echo Feck. Aye. And there was loads of comments on earlier on. I've not been keeping up to date with them. Brilliant total entertainment, bodily function material. Yeah, I haven't been able to read the comments, but thank you to everyone who has been commenting. We're going to need everyone to comment on the next round because it's the actual final. There's only going to be 2 poets. Sudden death, Jim's calling it. So it is going to be deadly. They're going to go to battle. They're going to go to war to win a trip, to win an opportunity to play in the Scottish Slam Championship final, which, as you heard from Gordon Powrie, opens up all sorts of doors, potentially, to go to the World Championship in Paris, Mexico, Slovakia. But also, it opens the doors to play Solarfest in Arran, if you choose that you want to play that as well. That's up for grabs. And we'll sort out some other prizes as well. Cami, you're also invited to the Solarfest because you kind of got a bit of a raw deal last year because I fucked off to Mexico. And normally I like to try and sort out the winner with some decent slots for gigs we're doing. So if you're up for Aaron, please do come along. So who are the 2 winners that are going to the sudden death penalties?
Well, Mark, again, it's been awfully close at the top. Tact is winning. Honestly, from 23.3 to 25.2, that is how close it's been with the 4 of them. And fucking outstanding, phenomenal than that, didn't it? This was the best one yet. Anyway, the 2 poets gone through to the sudden death final are Mark Richardson, woo, and Rana Marathon.
It's Mark Richardson and Rana Marathon. Well, I suppose we need to do the wheel, didn't we? We need to do the wheel. And congratulations to Lindsay and Natalie, who were both fantastic tonight. And so Rana Marathon and Mark Richardson. Let's go and spin that wheel. Dreams Are Mental comes out on the 29th of March. And it's Rana back on again. Take it away, Rana Marathon. 2 in a row. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, well, I didn't prepare to get this far and being up against, the Mark Richardson, that whole Perth Dundee rivalry. Who's going to win it? Anyway, this poem is called Sick of the Same Old. I'm sick of the same old shit. I'm sick of life. Is this really it? And I'm sick of the same social media slagging, the same lifestyles of the hashtagging, and the same dudes trying to get me in the wagon. I'm sick of the same spiel being spun, the dick pics looking hung, the same old and the young, and I'm sick of the same charaded front. And I'm like, cunt, come on. I'm sick of seeing the same bikini and shorts. I'm even sick of seeing the same holiday resorts with the standard airport drinks to match your standard lifestyle that stinks. This fake, I can't take. And I can't take the fakes, faking the snakes, snaking the hearts, breaking the mind, raking in the making. I'm shaking, debating, contemplating this picture that I'm painting, but I'm waiting and I'm patient. And I got this shit, this life shit piss. It's a piece of piss and I'm decent in this. Unlike this policeness, they ain't defeating this while they fleeting this, tweeting this and even be tweeting this. Protecting and serve a herd, it's fucking absurd. Who do they even serve? Madness. Madness. And the body's changing while the face is naturally rearranging. And I'm no caring for my swearing or what you're wearing or what's your hair in a Gucci hairpin. I'm no caring. Thank you.
I need to get a mic stand. Martin Windebank, what you got to say about it?
And I would have liked a couple of minutes just to that's great, man. I think you're really talented. I can see that you could do, like, you kind of get. I don't know, like, I don't know how long you've been doing this, but I feel like you're really good at it because it's real, you know. It's like there's no fucking around. It's just like I can really see where you're going. It's just like it's true. There's truth in it, you know. It's truth. It's true to you. It's true to your perception, and I think I think that's one of the main things that people will be able to identify with it. You know what I mean? What you're saying, because it's really universal, a lot of it, but then it's also very personal at the same time. What I would have really loved was just a kind of a dream. I know I don't want to like patronize you or anything by saying I know what I'm talking about or anything, but just a dream of what could be, you know, like in there, some kind of next level, like another, like what if, you know. But I mean, that's only for me. I'm just, you know, it's not, obviously it's your gig. So I do appreciate it all, and I really enjoyed the last poem, you know, and it's not just, the honesty of what you do, and also the lyrical flow and everything like that. It's just so it's just really well done. I think you could get really into a lot of things. I'd be interested to hear a lot more about what you're doing, you know. So yeah, I'll give that a 9. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Martin.
No
Thank
worries.
you.
Appreciated it.
And then it's just that's the highest, right? I think the joint highest, I believe. Sammy can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Kamihamiha, what you got to say about it?
Right, see, since there's like 2 people left, can I not just pick who one out of the 2 instead of hitting it up?
I was thinking about that. I was thinking that it might be a better way to do it. Should we do that? Should we just do it that way? Wait, Mark do his poem and then people can analyse it after.
That was good, and I don't want to put fucking numbers on shit like that at that point.
Is that, Jim? How does this normally go at the real poetry slams? It's not, because normally people would just be sitting writing the score down and announcing the winner.
In the real poetry slams, there's usually 3 in the final, so it wouldn't be so you wouldn't be able to do that. Just pick it, but because there's only 2 in the final, what Cammy says is right. We could just say. But what happens is if you go for 2 separate people, one of you goes for Rana and one of you goes for Mark, that leaves me being fucking Simon fucking Cowell or something at the end.
Right, okay, we're going to do it.
I'll be the dick then. I can be the dick.
You be the chooser then, right? You be the chooser. The king.
Wait a minute, Joe, we'll see you later.
Where's my Jico?
Bodily nail biting, says Danny.
She's in her air fryer box.
What about Sammy chooses?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Sammy chooses.
Sammy could choose.
So yeah, Sammy can choose.
So that no one then can be.
Come on, Sammy, we need some more females here. I'm up against all these guys.
We need female representation.
The problem with that is that would make it can be 2 each.
There's only been 9 females on the show tonight. We need more.
But if Sammy picks,
like doing the cooking.
It's turning into absolute chaos.
There's a problem. If there's 4 judges,
problem, it's the patriarchy.
If there's 4 judges at the end, if there's 4 judges, we need to do match because it could end up 2-2.
Well, I would
You
like
got
there to
all on
be.
YouTube.
Do you know what I would like to do when I go do a slam poetry competition? I'd like it to be 3 working class representation, and every time I've done a poetry slam, it's always posh people. So, but we don't talk about class as much for some reason. It's almost like it's by design that we like to argue about gender and immigrants all the time. But that's my opinion on it. Let's get Mark Richardson out. Let's him do the poem, and then you can decide.
So what's happening? Is there going to be scores or no?
There's going to be scores.
I've
No,
joined
we're
the
just gonna-
bird side.
Look at this. Is that the tank top?
I shouted for Shorty to bring me a dress. And to be fair, I look pretty buff in this. I don't look like much more of a bird, but I'm wearing bird's clothes now, if that makes you feel any better, right?
Right, let's get Mark Richardson on. Mark Richardson, give us a poem, and then we're going to go with the judges. Hold on. Mark, you're muted.
Actually, right.
Hold on.
If I'm going to be beaten, by anyone, I'm glad it's Rana, because we're actually really close mates and we perform together sometimes. So it's but I didn't want to be in the final with her. But anyway, she's amazing. She's brilliant. So if I'm beat by anyone, it's her. It's good. Yeah. But anyway, this poem, it's actually like Cammie's song earlier about the crack neighbours. I had like an anti-social woman moved into me. She was off her head in. She brought the whole building right down to a level like crack and fucking mentalness within the space of a few months. So the first red flag was she let her dog piss on the landing, right? 6 months later, those cunts coming through the windies, closely windies with hammer. So here we go. A node to my anti-social neighbour. Worse than a heart attack, she was opposite of nice. A pain in my brain, on her head I put a price. My neighbour was a crack fiend, one of the worst. Like a water pipe in winter, my head's fucking burst. Her dog pissed on the flare. There was blood on the walls. She just didn't care, like a nice pick to my balls. Every night it got worse. I heard them screaming curse. Some cunt was getting barred. Here's a police and a nurse. Piss on the flare. Police up the stair. I can't fucking sleep, can't talk it anymore. She reminds me of something you'd scrape off your shoe. Manners non-existent, somewhere between 0 and -22. Her dog is a wee shite. It barks for noon till the next night. Hanging in Megan. I'm sure she's got it on the pipe. A canine on the crack. This place is fucking whack. At least I got some peace when we're all on the smack. Now, don't get me wrong, because I've got empathy for addiction, but when they're screaming all night long and it's bound to cause some friction, I'm a compassionate person, but there's confliction in my thoughts. I've no one ounce of compassion when these cunts have lost the plot. I'd rather slide beside Jeffrey Dahmer. At least he was polite. I'd rather be stalked by fucking Martha than put up with her shite day and night. We a smash and a crash and a shatter in the glass. They're coming through the closely windy. These cunts are bold as fucking brass. Coming up the stair, we a stagger and a stare, a swagger and a dagger and pure Megan greasy hair. I feel a fucking rage. It's been building for an age. I'm ready to explode. I want a wage. I've told them before, please, just stay clear from my door. I mean, if they come within a foot, I don't care what's in store. But I'd probably get the jail if things went off the rail. So count to fucking 10. Then I write it in this tale. I feel sorry for my other neighbours. They are respectable and quiet. It's only flat 17 what brings this fucking riot. We all want her out. Come on, give the boot. She needs to fucking go like a frostbitten foot. This place used to be alright. There was attack of the crack day and night. Thugs scoring drugs, society's blight. It reminds me of a place in London, but it's definitely not the Ritz. In fact, more like East London during the Blitz. When's it going to stop? When's it going to end? Last night was the worst, pure at my wit's end. Shh. What's that fucking noise? Something like silence. They screaming or shouting, they drugging, just violence. She got that fucking message that inevitable was in the post. Time to raise a glass. Time to make a toast. This story now ends with flashing lights and conviction. My crack neighbour for hell has been served her eviction. Thank you.
Well done, Mark Richardson. And let's go to the judges. Let's go to Martin Windebank first of all. Hold on. You're muted. You are muted, Martin.
Okay, it's cool. Got it. I've just seen the energy of it. It's so entertaining. Just the colour, kind of like a caricature of it. I could see it. It's a performance is strong. You know, like everything you do, Mark. It's like it's just kind of really colourful. So much texture. The rhymes, like are just it's funny, it's quirky, and it's serious at the same time. But it just depends what you're going for here, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like in the back of my mind, I'm like, shit, I've got to like make a decision here, and it's tough because I feel like it's two different types of thing. You know, I mean, it's two different genres here. We've got like man, you know, I don't want to confuse myself, but I'd say I really like this story aspect and the characters. It's an insight into something that's pretty serious, put in a light way. I enjoy it. It's well done, you know. Well done, Mark.
And also a little update, just to get a little bit more a bit in the show tonight. Sammy B is going to be one of the judges, but we're also going to we've got a poll on the YouTube channel just now as well. So I'll just show you. So if you're watching it on Facebook or Twitch, it won't work. But if you're watching this on here, there's a poll. Look at the polls: 50% and 50%. Fuck's sake! Well, it's 56% to Mark. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please vote Mark Richardson or Rana Marathon, and we'll keep an eye on that poll as the 5th judge. And if we really need to do it, we've also got the what do you call it? The Wheel of Fortune as well. So I don't know what the Wheel of Fortune represents as gender-wise, but we'll it's just another option we've maybe got. But we'll go so we're going to go to Cami. I want you to break down Rana and Mark and just give us your thoughts.
Okay, so I'm obviously on the team of the ladies now because I'm wearing a dress. That's as literal as my mind works. And Mark's one line that I thought was really good was that at least I got some peace when they were only on the smack, because we've that's part of what spurred the downstairs was they're smoking loads of crack thing. I live in a council flat. There are scatter flats and that in the block, and when it was just the valleys or the smack or whatever, at least they kept them themselves. As soon as they got on the ground, madness started consumed. And that was a very that hit the button on what's going on there. As far as breaking down the other thing, I can't remember enough about Rana's thing now, except that I hate women apparently. Sorry, Rana, I'm not saying you said that. I'm just making a joke. I think Mark won that. Mark won that.
Jim, morning.
Just it's difficult doing it this way because
Wait a minute. Are we doing scores? What?
I've no fucking idea, mate.
Right. Okay. So, Martin, who are you saying won?
Martin's only done Rana's poem that he gave a score, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave a score. So,
I know, but I don't know. I can't really rate one higher than the other in a way because of the how different it
you're
was.
giving both a 9, right? So you've given both a 9. Jim, what you got to say about it?
Well, see, the difficulty doing it this way is all of a sudden I'm thinking to myself, who was the best over the night? Because I've seen all three. Am I judging the final poem or am I judging the whole night? Who's the best poem overnight? So it's kind of hard there because I thought Rana, your one wasn't as strong. Hello? Wait, hold on.
Still here.
Right. So I thought Rana, your one wasn't as strong as the one before. I thought Mark kept a kind of standard up over the three. I think that was higher. But also, if I'm just judging it to the last poem, I think they were more or less kind of equal a bit. But it's fucking hard. It's hard. I think I'll just to say who I think won the slam. I think Mark. Just to be honest.
Sammy B, what you got to say about it? You're muted, Sammy B. You're muted. But you're
I'm muted again. This is brilliant, isn't it? All night. As the last minute judge, so I would just take the scores on the doors and that. I've enjoyed the two of them on act. I've enjoyed all the poems on act, but all the poets. But you can I'm going with the lassies, isn't I? It's Rana for me.
It's Rana.
Thank you.
And we will go to.
And I love Mark Daen against that, you know what I mean? But
right, okay. So let's go into the let's go to the poll. So the people, the audience, and the best poet. Is Mark Richardson with 53% to 47%. So Mark has won it, but it's been tight. It's been very tight. It's been very controversial. Yes, controversial. No doubt about it. Congratulations to Mark.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations
on
to
yourself,
Rana.
Mark. Pal.
Well done, Mark.
Cheers, Rana. Same with you. You were amazing, mate. Same with you.
So are you. As always.
That was a tough final, man.
But it was like I didn't want to go up against you because we're good pals. But anyway, it's just a bit of fun, is it? It's not. I mean, it's poor, but we'll hook up soon.
We will, yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say I thought everyone's performance was amazing. Then I'm like actually really happy I've won. First ever. I've been in a few poetry slams. I used to find them really, really nerve wracking. Like even the night I couldn't watch all everyone's poems. I was button forward, but yeah, I think I was quite confident and I was practiced loads. So like I'm happy I nailed it. So thank you very much to all the judges as well. Y'all, thank you very much to everyone, Mark.
The voters, so that's it was 15 of viewers voted on that, and that's how close it really is. It was very, very close.
There's 1% missing on that. Who's the other 1%?
I don't me just want to vote.
We're going to change anything, but there's 1% missing on that poll.
Oh, there isn't. What it is because it's not got 0.%. It's that's 53 means less than 53.5.
Bet you're all men.
Why do you know? Why do you know? It's the one that makes sense.
Aye.
Another win for the patriarchy.
Yeah.
And,
yay!
And another win for Dundee. Who took 2 points off Celtic yesterday. It's been a very, very successful week for Dundee. And yeah, well done to all the poets who have performed. And yeah, Rana, if you want to also play the Wee Solarfest in Arran, you're more than welcome to play it as well. It's,
when is that? When is that?
It's the 20th to the 21st. I think I've got a flyer there. Sorry, of June. It's summer solstice weekend.
We'll go together, Rana. Me and you go, right?
Aye, I'm up for that.
You bring your bairns, it's like a bairn-friendly festival as well.
Aye.
Is it? Oh, no, fuck no, I thought it was. No, I can't. Fuck those.
No, it might be.
I just
assumed. It might be. I think it is. It is. I think it is. It's, yeah, it will be.
When is the Scottish Championships then?
The Scottish Championships.
Is that next month?
It's in February at some point, aye.
I'll come with you to that, Mark.
What is the next month? Really? I thought it was like later in the year. Oh well, that's all right.
This is the end of. This is
I don't think I've got no qualms about winning that because like I don't think Mist I'll win that. I just know I won't, but I would like to go anyway. It'll be an experience because I think it's a different type of poetry. They're looking for these type of things, not like street sort of like that. But it's okay. It'll be a good experience. But you never know.
Represent.
Just represent Dundee, like because I'm just about the street poetry. Can you know what I mean?
Mark, the last couple of years though, Gordon Powrie, Angie Strachan. Have won it. It's been kind of quite traditional Scottish working class poetry that's been the kind of winner the last couple of years.
Okay, well maybe then who knows who, but it'll be a good experience anyway. One to put on the fucking list, whatever it's called. Fuck knows. But I'm just happy I won. Thanks everybody.
The fucking list.
You're all brand new.
You've got to go there at least once and be disappointed. I did it once.
Rana, you were there a few years ago, you know.
Yeah, I went a few years ago.
Yeah. Well, you've been already. It's my turn. Can you, Father? You've done it.
Can I say that I was runner-up in the Scottish National Finals in 2011.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
I didn't even get. I think I finished second last or something. I fucked it. I had a plan, and then the guy who went on, but it was a funny poem, and the guy who went on before me did a funny poem, and for some reason I tried to change it because I had a theory that if someone just does a funny poem, you want to change the vibe. I don't know where I got that advice from. I think.
So is that like a feat? Is it a feat or it's a sort of?
It's a good setup. It's
and what date? What date is it on? What do you can the date?
I don't know if there is a date. I think there is a date. Do you want me to just find out?
It's very soon.
I'll find it. It doesn't matter. Just
it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
All right, okay.
Book your train ticket.
Right.
It's tomorrow. It's right now.
You know what?
Fuck, you better.
Lindsay.
I'm not drinking that. No, I'm a fuck.
They're still deciding when it's going to be.
That's okay. I'll probably get cancelled or something. Yeah, there'll be a fucking another lockdown or something. It'll get cancelled.
No, didn't say that.
Anyway.
So I don't know if they've actually announced it yet. It's February. All I know is it's February at Tron. Because when I spoke to Robin about it, to make sure that we could get this done in time. February date to come soon. That was a month ago. So it might have been. I'll let you know.
All right, okay. You'll let me know, of course. I'll keep my ears open.
It's in February the 22nd.
Right, okay.
And it's at 1:30 in the afternoon at the Panopticon Theatre, which is Glasgow's oldest theatre.
Right, okay. What day? Is that a weekday?
It's a Saturday.
It doesn't matter. Saturday, okay, the bar. I'll be there.
Yeah, man, fucking look it up.
Saturday afternoon.
I can't. I don't know why the fuck on look at the calendar on the
How
phone.
much are hotels, Mark? You need to check how much hotels are. What time's the train? What time's the bus for Dundee?
Fuck no, you're fucking the head up that way. Fuck's sake. I can't take all this in. You could drive it, Ron. You could drive us through it, you know.
You better give me petrol money then.
Stay here. Stay in line. No worries. Great night. Thanks to all the poets, says Lindsay. That was great. Lots of good poets and the best of dodgy judges. Well done, Mark, for bringing some great work to the Poetry Slam, and thanks for all being great wordsmiths. Jigsaw Tiger saying everyone was brilliant, great hearing everyone. Big up to everyone, says Shelltoe Mel. Well done, Mark, but everybody was quality. Very good time, Natalie Jane. Rana was amazing. Honoured to be part of a slam with all those legends, says Lindsay. Rana, you're my winner, says Stuart. Who is also a big chauvinist, believe it or not. Congrats, Mark, says Jigsaw Tiger. Well done, Mark. Yes. So, yeah, it was close as 53% on the public as well. So it was a very...
Neck and neck all the way. Good.
Yep. Slam poetry is a lottery. It's just there's so many things involved. But thank you to everybody who did it tonight. You were all absolutely brilliant. Thank you to all my judges. Kamihamiha, who's got music available on Bandcamp. I'll put a link in the comments for everybody to check out Kamihamiha's Bandcamp. It's definitely not poetry. I'll put that in the comments just now.
Not at all.
Sammy, you've got your. Do you want to tell us about your play again? I'll just go around everyone again and let you plug stuff.
I'm really busy now with the Burns season. You cannot do all the Burns recitals, so I'm at Burns June Burns Nacht, which is to raise money for the Friends of Robert Burns Museum. And then I'm at a load of Burns suppers, kind of like bowling clubs and that, which is brought. And I'm in a wee play at the studio in the Gaiety on the 11th of February at 12:30 and 6:30 p.m. performance, and I'm playing two of Burns's women. So that's a new opportunity for me. But thank you so much for having me on the night. I really, really appreciate it. It's been a wee while I've been doing it, and so thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Sammy. It's been great to see you all, and it's a thoroughly entertaining night for myself too. Thank you.
Jim,
Thanks.
what you got? In fact, you've actually got you want to announce your podcast thing?
Oh, aye. So I'm also on Burns Night. I'll be at Darville Town Hall with Simon Armitage, the actual poet fucking laureate, and Jenny Lindsay, and music from I can't remember her name. Sings kind of Scottish stuff. What was her name? It's no Tammy, is it? Sammy, Tammy, Matty. Natty. Do you know who Natty is? She's on as well. And then I'm launching a new podcast called Beyond the Cringe, which is covering different aspects of Scottish culture and looking at the whole idea of Scottish culture, whether there is such a thing, etc. Produced by Mark McGhie, no less. And the first episode will be recording soon, and it will include the writer and music historian Grant McPhee, Carla Easton, who made the film Since Yesterday about girl bands in Scotland, and Arusa Qureshi, who is a journalist who recently wrote a book about women in hip hop, and that'll be our first one very soon.
Right stuff. Beyond the Cringe coming soon. I think we'll maybe be recording the first episode, a pilot episode of some sort, on Friday. Mark, your gig, your Burns Night gig as well.
Yeah, it's in the Bank Bar in Dundee, which is the Bank Bar for one night. It's the 30th of January, 7:30 onwards. So it's just him doing the performance, and there's a couple other posts a wee bit, and then there's an open mic. And they've also got a Poetry Slam final to go to someplace as well, so all good.
Great stuff. And Martin, you always tell people not to go to your band camp, but they should go to your band camp.
I know, I should put more on it. I've got like loads of wee things recorded. I don't really know. I always think I need to create some kind of tune that's immaculate and it's all polished and finished, but I actually quite like listening to stuff that's just kind of lo-fi demos and that, you know what I mean? I kind of prefer that. So most of my stuff's like that, but I just never really do anything with it. Could do it. You know, I've got a band that nobody's really heard that's got reasonable music, you know. Could put it out, you know, maybe that'll be it. I'll do it and then.
And you will be at the Mellow Party album launch on the
Mellow
28th.
Party album. Yeah, but it's got quite a lot of photo stuff coming up, you know, and videos stuff, working on a few wee films and things for people. You know, always, if anyone needs anything, just give us a shout as well, you know, because I'm always happy to get involved, you know. Obviously, everyone's got stuff going on. It's good to capture it, you know.
Rana Marathon says we've not got much coming up, but you have got the wee Solar Fest coming up.
Oh, I've got the wee Solar Fest now, yep.
Yeah, the 20th to 22nd of June. Stick that in your diary. It's going to be a good one. And Cammy, you wanted to say anything about your band camp? So I didn't actually let you promote it. I just put a link in the comments.
I don't have anything coming up because I'm just raising the folk that bullied me at school's children in a school just now. But my last album came out last year, Iridescent Peasant. You'll get on my Bandcamp. It's pay what you like, download. You can the script. Shout. Oh, Martin, send me some of the tunes. I'll sample them if you do want to put them out yourself because you're shit hot at guitar. We'll turn that into something cool.
Appreciate that. I'll do that. I'll get some stuff sorted then.
Beautiful man. This been Mark Windebank on Bandcamp. It's a cool listen. It certainly is. Lyrically Minded's in the house. Brilliant. Shout outs to Sheffield Poetry, the Noisy Poet. Glad they tuned in. And yeah, it'd be good to get a wee Sheffield Glasgow gig swap on the go. So if you liked any of these poets tonight, give me a shout, mate. I'll introduce you. And Cammy is so sound, says Stuart. She's got the Mother Funkin' Women track. And yes, one more time, shouts to Shelltoe Mel's night, which is on the 24th with Loki and Dr. Normal. And we Solarfest tickets are 30% already sold in 2 days. It's early bird tickets are only £35, and that's for the full weekend. So get involved with that. Gyro Babies are playing Dumfries on the 25th of January. We're supposed to be playing the Press, but I think we've been upgraded to the main hall. More information on that tomorrow. And then, of course, our album launch is the 29th of March. It's Slay. So go and buy a ticket because it's 550 cap and we need to sell a good few more tickets to get that sold out. Or if you don't like going to gigs, you can pre-order the album on Bandcamp, on Vinyl, or whatever you want. Thank you to all my judges tonight. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to all the poets. Brilliant stuff. Thank you to all the patrons who support the show at patreon.com/you call that radio. Thank you to all the YouTube members. There's no sponsors and there's no adverts, there's no funding. It's just powered by the people of Patreon, so thank you very much for that. I hope you enjoyed the show. We might be back on Friday for the Friday night phone-in. It depends on how the Beyond the Cringe pilot episode goes, so I'll keep you posted on that. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Remember to like and subscribe if you've not already. And I think that's about it. Thank you to Poetry. Thank you. Bye.
You call that radio, more like a TV show, on almost every night. It's gonna be sweet.
Do you want weirdo or do you want itchy?
What?